start. And okay, I think that we are feeding out to the folks out there, Walt. I believe that we are feeding out to the people out there in the world. You know how we do this. We do this live from Utreon, so we could hold guns like this integrally suppressed Leonidas Gen 2 upper with the PSA lower, which I was hanging out at the PSA gathering. But if you want to know why we're doing that, because YouTube won't let us go live and hold guns. Because we bad, evil, wicked people. Oh, look at Walter. Look at you with your Draco.
Draco, that's like, I got so many people tell me, that's not how you say it. That's not how you say it.
I don't care.
Well, when I went to school, that's how you pronounce that spelling.
Yeah. Well, you say Draco, I say Draco. You say tomato, I say tomato. Tomato, Draco, Draco.
Look at the word Dracula. How you pronounce that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't say Dracula. The only reason they say Draco is because the hood rats started saying Draco. Because they ain't got no home learning.
We could say, I can do what I want.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's America.
So, that's why we're live on Utreon. If you're listening to this on audio, you want to join us on Utreon, go to Utreon/Who Move My Freedom. That's the place to find it. Later on, we put it up on YouTube, YouTube/Who Move My Freedom. You guys can check it out. We're adding new content and all that kind of stuff up there. We do put the podcast up there later for everyone who wants to watch on YouTube. That's how we do this. And by the way, I should just say this, that I believe Wednesday we're doing a special live show from YouTube. There won't be guns, but there's going to be very cool MMA fighting type stuff. Yes, I've got a really cool show for people. You know what? Let's get started and I'll explain that to everyone, Walt. Let me hit the open scene right now.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, we're in the room. Let's see, we got Walter. You got me. We're here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should show this off. Just to keep showing that gun. Let's see if you guys can see this here.
Bitch.
Do you see how dirty that is? Can you guys see that? It's real dirty.
Because you were shooting your gun?
Yeah. You know, we shoot guns around here, believe it or not. We shoot guns. These go, I would say they go blackout. But, you know, they go. Yeah, these are the quiet ones. Yeah, so a couple of things I want to say. Yes, listen. So the last show, actually, let me do this, Walt. Let's do this. We got to do this officially, the official way. First of all, we got to do jazz hands. There you go. Babyface is not here yet. He has got an emergency of the Chromie V kind. Chromie V is, is holding up Babyface P. Yeah, being a baby. But, he's doing what babies do. But, yeah, so this, I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 976 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. 976. That means we have 24 more episodes. Yeah.
Just put a one in front of that is 1976.
Oh,
right?
There you go. What?
And that's a bicentennial motherfucking year. That's
Boom. I think we passed bicentennial, didn't we?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, we're headed towards tricentennial.
Yeah.
But listen, it's FreeForAll Monday. I won't
be around, but somebody will. Yeah.
It's FreeForAll Monday. We're talking about how the AR became ... which is a WAPO article, Washington Post article that came out today. We'll talk about that and all the other stuff going on. FreeForAll Monday. We'll talk about what we want to. I do what I want. That's I've been looking at a lot of South Park lately, so you guys will hear me with South Park Tourette's.
He's like a he's like a parrot with South Park.
Yeah, one of the characters in there, I think it's Cartman. He did this character of this little female girl that was like the Cash Me Outside. Remember the Cash Me Outside chick? Remember? That's a real chick. She was on Dr. Phil, and she was the girl who go, I do what I want. Oh no, she said, "Cash me outside, ho. Cash me outside." Anyway, so it was this little white girl that was all hood, and went on Dr. Phil and went viral. And then she's made a lot of money since then. She was a rapper. She's on OnlyFans right now. But South Park predicted that, like a whole bunch of other stuff that's been happening in the world. South Park has been on for years and years and years. And they predicted that because way before that happened, on South Park, they had a character that went on Maury, which is way before Dr. Phil.
Maury Povich.
Yeah, and was acting up because, this character would like dress like a chick and was acting up because he realized like that's how he got attention. And so he was doing this thing, whatever, I do what I want. That was the line. So it's just like the Cash Me Outside. Walt, you have to actually look at South Park, man.
Don't force me into that.
It would amuse you. It would amuse you.
Okay.
So shout out to everyone out there. Let me get into this here. DCG, shout out to him. He was the first one on here, and 42 Chilled as well. I see out there. Asper Warrior is out there. Let's see who else we got in here. Armament and Axes is in here. JCP 90 is in here as well. Shout out to everyone. Hit those arrow ups as you come in here.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate all you guys joining us. So before we get into how your weekend was, Walt, I did want to say that, we are going to go live from YouTube on Wednesday. Now, there's a couple things going on. So the last episode 975, I said we've got 25 more episodes till we get to 1,000. So what I want to do is make the next 25 episodes as fun as we could possibly do. Like the best 25 episodes ever. So this one, 976 with Walter so far. Maybe we'll get Babyface P. You're one of the awesome people, Walt. You're one of the folks that's been doing this show from the beginning. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Walter.
Oh, that's special.
I loves you.
Oh, dear.
I don't know why we're doing Black Ghetto voices today, but okay. You started this shit.
I love that motherfucking shit.
So yeah, Walter is one of the very cool guests that we have on, and Patrick as well. Like you and Patrick and all the people who come on here on a regular basis help make this show, and we will see some of those people in the next 25 episodes. This is one of those, I think. But on Wednesday, we have a very cool episode. It's going to be about fighting. That's what it's going to be about, fighting. Yes, it's going to be about guns. We have Dave from Down the Barrel. I don't know if anyone remembers Dave from Down the Barrel. He was a black firearms manufacturer in, where was he? In was it Minnesota? Wyoming? One of those Buffalo states out there. But now he's into kind of like an MMA kind of thing that they're doing, that they're promoting. So they're promoting fights and stuff like that. But also, when he was making guns, which he's still making, he was building guns, and one of the people helping them with marketing, shooting their guns, all of that, was Black Rambo. So Black Rambo was at this PSA gathering event I was at, and Black Rambo, I think, is going to be on. John Keys, remember John Keys? You know who that is? John Keys? You know?
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
You don't remember John Keys?
That doesn't mean nothing, though, for me.
John
I mean,
Keys,
not remembering that,
Right. Yeah, so John Keys is part of a duo, and the minute I say, do you remember who John Keys is, the whole thing goes out of my mind. So hopefully Lola is there, but they are, what the heck are those guys called? Oh my goodness gracious. That went out of my mind. I'll let you know when I remember. So him and John Keys, Black Rambo, John Keys, are announcers on these fights. And they're gun guys. So they're going to come on. They're going to talk about this stuff. They're like calling the fights. You know what I mean? Like Joe Rogan does. You know, that kind of stuff. So,
like a ringmaster?
Yeah, from what I hear, it's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun. They're gonna come on to talk about that. That'll be the first time we have Black Rambo on the show. Damn it, I can't remember the name of what those guys. What the hell were those guys called? It was John Keyes and Shermichael, and they had their own. Remember, they had a gun TV show, and it got kicked off the air. Remember, it was like in the D.C., Washington, Virginia area, and they actually had a TV show that was airing. Someone out there will tell me.
Are these brothers?
They're black guys.
Okay.
I always make fun of them because everywhere they go, they're like rolling up their shirt so they don't get trucker arm. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. And where's Lola right now when I need her to remember who these? You know what? I'll just look at my phone book and I'll tell you exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Use the tools you had before.
I should have thought of that my damn self.
Well, you know.
Okay, hold on a second. I can't believe that went out of my brain. Guns Out TV, damn it.
Guns Out.
Guns Out TV guys. Yeah, the Guns Out TV guys. John Keyes is one of the Guns Out TV guys. He's the guy. He's the Marine one. For anyone who knows, Guns Out. I don't know why I keep trying to. Why won't Babyface P? Oh, hold on. He's there. Let's see if we can get. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Babyface P. There he goes. Well, yeah.
I have a hungry baby and a wife that a nipple that's 5 miles away from the house. So there's nothing I can do. He's gonna have to do a little crying because I have no food for him at the moment.
Is he all right though?
What's that?
Bring him up. We'll cheer him up.
No. He's in his room. I have the mobile going, and it's distracting him just enough.
Oh, okay.
Where he's only kind of grumping.
Oh.
Yeah, he's. I think he's hungry. He's not due to feed, but he can't be consoled, so I think he's hungry.
Yeah. Asperwar says Guns Out TV are AZ guys, right? No, they are in the Washington, Virginia area, Guns Out TV. I was just telling Walter that on Wednesday we're doing a show live from YouTube.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So there won't be any guns on that show. It's going to be live from YouTube. We do that every now and then to remind people that we are over here. We go on YouTube. But we're doing it because these guys have the guy Dave from Down the Barrel, who's a firearms manufacturer who's on. They've got like a fight club going, like an MMA
like
style.
Actual fighting.
Yeah, like actual fighting stuff going.
Boxing or something.
Like MMA, whatever that's. What's that MMA stuff called? MMA.
Okay.
Mixed martial arts. Yeah, type stuff. So they're going to be doing that, and Black Rambo and John Keyes of Guns Out TV are like announcers for that, like Joe Rogan would be.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so they're going to be on that show talking about it. So we'll have Black Rambo on the show. And I was explaining to Walter the next 25 shows, including this one, is all the awesome shows. We're having all the awesome people on, awesome people that have been on before, some awesome people who've never come on. It's all the awesome shows. And you, Babyface P, you get to join that elite club.
Oh, cool.
And you, Walter Keller, you get to join that elite club of the awesomeness. You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. All that been said, that I've been talking for like 5-6 minutes.
That's okay.
What's up with you dudes? How was your weekend?
I'll let you go first, Walter.
Did a parade on Saturday here in up in Pasco County. They have a Chasco Festival. I'm not exactly sure of everything about the Chasco Festival, but it's an opportunity for people to drink outside legally, probably, and take part in there's different events going on. We did that on Saturday, and then on Saturday night I didn't do anything. Once I got home after being out in the sun because it was freaking hot. It's supposed to be like, we're not supposed to be like full on summer yet. Come on, guys, come on.
It feels like it.
Yeah, and then Sunday I went over to the shop and did a little bit of work I needed to do. Plus I was helping somebody else with some of his stuff. So, and then, so that was a weekend.
Okay. Awesome. Babyface.
Not a whole lot. Bought a chainsaw, did some tree work, and blew the leaves off the roof, and that's it. That's all I did.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I
had to do house stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
Marley goes back to work this week, so starting soon, I will have no freedom on the weekends at all.
Oh,
Depending on the week.
there's Marley Mall right there. She
Yeah,
brought the
she's bringing
first.
food
She
and
brought the
hopefully
first
eating
baby food. She brought the big baby the food first. Patrick is
Baby
like,
has food.
you
Yeah.
damn right you did.
No, baby crying stresses me. I don't like it, especially if there's nothing I can do about it. I hate it.
It's part of the thing, man. They gotta cry. They gotta cry. Unfortunately. Yeah, that's how it goes. Don't beat yourself up about it too much.
Yeah.
Armament and Axis says YouTube likes Fight Club but not guns? ? Because they're black fighters.
Yeah, YouTube's
mark,
cool
my guns
with
are
people
black.
beating each other up.
Yeah,
So they're not going to be fighting on YouTube. I'm deciding to do that on YouTube. Because we need to every now and then do a show on YouTube so we can remind people to come over here. I see someone said that the audience, actually our show here is doing better views than it was doing on YouTube before we came off of YouTube.
That is nuts
Because
to me.
but we're shadow banned. This. Yeah, we're extremely shadow banned on YouTube. Hank Strange, YouTube/Hank Strange is severely shadow banned, and YouTube/Who Moved My Freedom podcast is severely shadow banned. So we actually do better numbers here, although no, we're not doing when we first started this, we were doing tens of thousands of views on YouTube, and they didn't really like that and did whatever they had to do. But
Shame on them.
yeah, so that's why we're over here, and we could do our thing and be free. But I decided to do it over there, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do it over there. Do you know how many subscribers Black Rambo has? Do you guys want to guess?
I
said
saw the
over
picture
2
you
million.
sent.
Yeah. Okay, so
He
Walter
fits,
doesn't look at
he
anything
fits
I
a
say.
specific category.
That,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
You could be on when Black Rambo's on. We actually spent a lot of time talking. We spent a lot of time talking.
I would. My main question was,
Yeah.
because he kind of plays to a different crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And in a very and he does.
What does that
things
mean? Be specific.
He's black.
A black audience, a hood audience, a hood audience. Let's be more specific. A hood audience.
I actually
think so,
don't.
yeah.
I don't actually believe that.
And the way they handle
don't-
if you handle guns like he handled guns, and I'm sure he gets to hate stuff too, but
Right.
you'd be called the most unsafe son of a bitch in the world.
So here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say about that. So,
But it's an act.
But here's what I think. Well, no, I think that's really what he puts on YouTube is probably him, and I think over the years of me seeing him, he's really probably chilled out a lot. Over the years.
Do you think that's actually him that he puts on YouTube? I thought it was a character for sure.
I think how he. Is he playing up himself? I think he's playing up himself. I don't think he's if you say he's playing a character, it's not like FPS Russia pretending to be Russian, for example.
I thought he.
Yeah.
I think he's playing it way up then, because I can't
Oh, yeah.
imagine
Oh,
anybody lives their day-to-day life at his level.
Like that. Oh, there are
Yes,
people like
no,
that
I
every
think
day.
yeah,
There
but
are.
he's not. I mean, Black Rambo was a Marine, so
Sure he was.
I mean,
That's fine.
yeah,
That's my-
but
that's
but
part
that
of my
but there's
point.
yeah, but there's plenty of people who were in the services that were that are from the hood or whatever. Believe it or not, believe it or not, I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. Now, he for reals has dreads. I didn't see him take his dread wig off.
I doubt it's fake
I didn't
wig.
see.
Yeah.
I didn't see him take off his fake tattoo stickers or anything like that.
You seem to think the characters must have makeup and acting put into it.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
but
just the acting.
No, here's what I'm trying to say, though. So I do agree with you guys. I think that because of the way he was doing his videos versus how, I've done my videos, he got very popular, but I disagree with you in this. It's like rap music. You think black people buy rap music? Do you think black people buy the rap music?
Well, black people are only 14% of the country,
Exactly.
so you have to have white people doing it too.
If you're a famous rapper, you're not famous because of black people. It's white people out there who look at that and enjoy it. So I think that Black Rambo, yes, for sure he has a black audience. For sure, I think he would say like the saying goes, "I'm from the mud." right? So I'm sure there's folks out there, there's black folks out there who look at his stuff and they like what he does. Maybe versus me, right? Or something like that. But I would say his bigger audience at 2 million subscribers, his bigger audience are more white people than black people.
I bet you he gets a higher... Okay, so I bet you his YouTube stats are not a perfect representation of the country. My bet would be that there is a higher percentage of blacks that watch him than anybody, like most of us.
Right.
But I still think the large majority would be white folk. Yeah.
And it may be a lot of people from around the world too. I think, people who, when they look at video, listen, this is how people are now, right? People want to see the spectacle. Isn't that? I mean, come on now. People want to see a spectacle,
that's how
right?
FPS Russia got famous, was because he went over.
No, but look at the other guys doing YouTube. Okay, why are Gun Bunnies so popular?
Because they got big old titties.
It don't matter if they're carrying a gun or not. I don't see no guns half the time.
I got big old boobies. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. But anyway, listen, when he's on and we're live on YouTube, we will ask all of those questions. I would say,
answer all questions.
Yeah, I would say
you're going to have him on YouTube? That'll make for a good draw.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it on YouTube. And I'll tell you this, honestly. You think I'm not stupid.
Oh, I know.
But here's what I would say, and I told Lola, like, when we saw him at the gathering, and this is why I go to stuff like the gathering, because I want to see folks out there. I want to see the people who support me. I'll tell you guys some stories about that here. And I want to see my peers, the folks who I work with, the young people coming up, the OG guys and all that kind of stuff. And we actually saw him there, and I have to tell you that, and I've seen him before, and he was always cool. He always talked to me and Lola and everything like that. He was always cool. Our one thing that I'll tell you about my peoples, we got a code. You at least get the nod. You at least get the nod. But he was more than that when I've seen him in the past. But this time we actually spent a lot of time talking, and talking about stuff. So you guys will see all of that when he comes on. Go ahead, Walt. Sorry, you got 33 seconds. Go for it.
No, I'll save it.
Just save it? Say it.
How do you make? Okay.
Mm-hmm. How do you make what?
You get shadow banned for shooting guns, and he's got 2 million subscribers. Obviously, he's not shadow banned.
You know what they're afraid of, 100%.
But him and I spoke about this, and I think when he comes on, he'll talk about it too. So I think that's a good point.
That's because you got this white guy on there too, so they can do it.
We're going to be right back. Right back. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. That's right. Big shout out to the folks at Walther Arms. No, well, Patrick was making a thing. Patrick. Hold on.
I just thought of something else.
No, I just...
Did you forget your thing? What?
No, Coley Noir is the same thing. It's just... Okay. They got the honkies at the top are... And I can say that because I'm one of them. Not at the top. They are... I think they're afraid of black people because they're afraid of somebody like him going out and saying negative things about them, and then
I think,
well, no, YouTube hates black people. That would be my thought. Just a guess, though.
I think that Coleon Noir.
It's a different sector.
I think, yeah,
that's a different market.
I think Noir has a machine. I think I would agree with that. Probably he has a lot of that, but also I think it's a machine, and also, probably the biggest videos Noir does is the political commentary ones. And I think he does a great job. By the way, I think he does a really, 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 really good job of that.
It's a different genre.
I've been looking at his stuff since he's not been with the NRA. And sometimes, he's there. He's like responding to things and all that. So I think he's a little bit, he's still a bit different.
Noir believes what he says, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
So
Right. Mhm.
is Mr. Black Rambo
Mhm.
under the wing of one of the consulting agencies, so to speak?
Good thought.
No, no, good question. No, he told me he spends a lot of time promoting himself. But to answer what you were asking about, because we did talk about the shadow banning and everything, and he said that he got severely shadow banned as well. He said, first of all, remember this: the older folks, like the guy, I don't want to put myself in like the OG category because I believe like Military Arms Channel, Iraq Veteran, Such, all those guys are the guys who paved the way for like what I came along and did. And then after me, there's people who came into it, and Black Rambo kind of came like way after me, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think people who are just coming in didn't get tagged yet. But he said he blew up, and when he first blew
He grew
up,
fast enough.
yeah, he grew really fast. He said they started hitting him, but the way that he has survived is from shorts. That's what he was telling me.
Their algorithm still supports shorts.
Yes, the algorithm supports the
that.
shorts. If you
know
think
that.
about it, Black Rambo is very much in like a hip hop, young kind of, like
Those types
badass
want to watch
category.
shorts. And
Yeah.
I will fully admit I'm in the same boat. Sometimes I just want to, drop my drawers, use the bathroom, and I got 5 seconds of short. I don't have 2 hours to sit there and watch a video and get my legs done. So I totally get it.
5 seconds.
I give a short.
I believe you drop your shorts for 5 seconds. I believe that. I believe that you are trained.
If you're not getting to the point within the first 5,
You're out.
I'm impressed.
The average view duration of a video on YouTube is 7 seconds. Go ahead, Walt.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
doesn't surprise me.
right here today. Did you guys see my chop open the drug-looking bag of ammo?
No, I haven't seen
Is
it
this
yet.
on YouTube?
I did it. Yes, I put a short up. I got 2,300 views already.
It's on YouTube. You put the short on
Nice.
YouTube. On YouTube.
Safety Harbor Firearms. Safety Harbor Firearms.
Okay, hold on.
Very
Let
nicely
me
done.
go there. Yeah.
Because it looked like a bag of coke, like a kilo. Of cocaine.
Looks like drugs.
So I
Yeah.
cut it
Oh,
open
here
just
we
like
go.
you would if I just took a knife to it, man.
Walter, I have created a monster with you, man.
I thought no, Walter. When I saw that, I was like, "Yeah, that looks like drugs." To me, that looks just like drugs.
Yeah, somebody's probably seeing that like, oh.
That's how you open up a key, man.
Did
right
you
there.
sniff
Boom.
it? Did you sniff?
Could have been his pinky in
Oh,
there.
this is that pure quality cocaine. Cocaine. Look, we don't believe in drugs or endorse drugs. Only
But if
bullets.
I think that caught the eye though.
We 100%
That's one of those
believe in
things
bullets.
The drug thing would make you catch your eye.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, without a doubt.
And here's what I would say, like, never always give credit to someone being hip. This is what I personally believe. So there's people who are better doing like what we're doing on YouTube than me. And there's people better than you.
Yes. Oh,
Walter,
yeah.
you're a company. There's people that are better at marketing than you are. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. And you can't say, oh, that's here. The reason why I say that, like, I don't want to hate on that because I remember talking about this black-white thing and all of that. I remember I was in the barbershop a couple of months ago. Actually, sometime last year, I was in the barbershop and there was a young black guy there that went to college and everything, right? And owned his own business. And he was pissed off at me because he was like, I look at your Instagram, I look at your YouTube videos, I know what you're about. And I was like, what are you talking about?
what's that?
So he said that I don't like I'm somehow successful because of the white people. This is what he was telling me, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Because I do a lot of
I was
stuff with
glad
black
you make
people.
you successful, Hank.
But here's what he said. He said the white people chose me.
Black people. I hate to say it, but I do believe black people truly believe that type of stuff.
He was
I
mad.
really think that's a thing.
He was
I don't
big
believe
mad.
that it's true,
Yeah.
but I think blacks really think that way.
This guy was mad. He was very serious. I thought I was like, "Oh, this is about to get like I grew up in the barbershop. I told you guys I'm from the hood. I was born in a third world country, and before I came to America, I lived in Africa. When I came to America, I lived in Far Rockaway, Queens. Okay, during the crack era and the AIDS era, Far Rockaway was John Gotti's territory. That's where I grew up, and I was too poor to even live in the projects. So trust me, if no one thinks I'm hood, because I talk like this doesn't mean I'm not ghetto ass. Okay? But because I am. However, when someone thinks, I was like, were you there? Like, did you see someone choose me? Because I couldn't even go to college. Okay?
Well,
I had a full scholarship.
You don't have to be black not to go to college.
No, wait. I had a full scholarship to go to St. John's
okay,
University when I was a kid, and I could not take that up because I was in this country illegally. So for someone to say to me that I got chosen, I was like, I would like to know when I got chosen. Because I've worked for all the shit that I have, but this guy was really, really mad. So I try to avoid saying, like, hey, someone chose this person and, like, made them something. If you look at Coleon Noir, without a doubt, Coleon was really cool before NRA, right? He was
sure.
He was a fucking man, in my opinion. I looked at him all the time. When the NRA hit, that boosted him to, like,
oh, sure,
fuck all, you know.
Give me 1 second. I got to take food to the lady.
He went to the big level when the NRA hit, but see, the always the test of who a person is, Walt, is what happens, like, when they hit adversity. So remember, if you guys remember back on this show here when Noir was on, he said that he found out, like the rest of us, he got fired on the internet from the NRA, but he's still out there kicking ass. So no one, like, he went to law school for himself, right? He passed the bar for himself. He went and did all, you know, like, showed up at everything and didn't fuck up and didn't get into bullshit. And then when all that stuff happened, he's the one who worked hard, and I know he's got partners and stuff like that, and they do their thing. So, you know, it's
of
a lot
control.
What was that?
I'm interrupting. Locus of control. There's a psychological term called internal locus of control versus external locus of control.
Okay.
People with internal locus of control are the ones that say, I could do better next time. I didn't do well enough here. This is my shortcoming. I can improve upon that. People with external locus of control are the ones that say, that person did this to me, or the government's holding me down, or...
Oh, you mean locus like a locomotive, not like locust, the thing that come and eat you.
Not the bug, yes. There's... And that attitude that guy gave you is very much external locus of control, where you didn't accomplish anything. It was because other people gave it to you. Yeah.
So when you become popular, so let's say we're talking about Black Rambo, but let's talk about Maj, for example, right? Maj became popular because a lot of people liked Maj's, like, hood swagger.
It's
Maj and Black Rambo are two completely different characters, but you know that a lot of people like the fact that Maj was still hood. You know, he was kind of like a black gun guy Obama.
It's different. There's a lot of white people in the gun tube sphere, so he was, you know, so when something like that comes along, it's different, and people. I'm sure there are an audience that is looking for that's not fulfilled. So yeah, he filled that niche, and what's his name here? Also, same thing, fills the niche.
Yeah, I think Black Rambo kind of does that. But you know what was interesting at the show? This is funny. There was some young. So Rod Mills was at the show. I think Lola sent me some pictures to share with everyone, from, like, pictures of all the people who were at the show and all that kind of stuff, right? You know, Rod Mills was at the show. I'm trying to find a picture of me and Rod Mills. Oh, here it goes. Here's a picture of me, Rod Mills, John, and Flying Rich. Check that out. That's for all you guys to see. Podcast bros. I can't believe John actually came out of his house, but okay. So Rod Mills introduced me to there was some young kids there. They were actually, and I like, kids is probably not the right word, because that's probably disrespectful. Some young men.
Some fine young gentlemen.
Yeah, they were like the age of my kids in there at the show. Young black men. And you know what's funny, when I was talking to them, they said, you know what? Because I was like, well, what do you guys like on YouTube, you know, when you look at gun stuff? And they were like, we think there's too much gunplay and people don't take guns seriously.
Oh,
we want to see some training.
Look at that.
Okay, yeah.
You mean this stuff?
Yeah.
But it's cyclic. It's cyclic. It's cyclic when everyone's empty.
Yes. Everything in the world is cyclic.
It'll go.
Yes.
We'll get a cycle right now, I guess, where
like 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
everything is
Yes, for real.
training. You'll get everything's training. All the people
train,
that are popular are trainers. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you'll go and it'll be like, no, now I just want
Fuck
down to earth country boy who tells me how to shoot a 22.
So does anyone remember Stitches? Do you remember Stitches? Who knows Stitches? Do you guys remember Stitches? Okay, when I first started, let me see if I could pull this up on YouTube.
Is this a person?
This was the guy. I think he's from Miami. It's like a white guy from Miami. When I first started doing gun stuff, he was a white guy with dreads and tattoos, and his face was tattooed, and he had piercings and everything. And he was he was a rapper. You guys don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, fuck's sakes. And he was always doing gun stuff and all that, but this guy had to be a criminal. I don't know if he was like the Island Boys, because they were fake as hell. I don't know if you guys, Walter, do you remember the Island Boys? Those two little twin white dudes that had okay. So anyway, Stitches, I remember talking to gun company executives who were like, oh yeah, we want to do stuff with Stitches. I was like, okay, you know that guy's a fucking criminal.
That dude's a felon. You cannot be doing stuff with him.
Yeah. Let me see if I could find videos of Stitches. Hold on, let's see.
Folks that are so desperate, they think they're so desperate for an audience, they'll do stuff with anybody.
Oh, all his videos are age restricted. What?
Okay, does that surprise you at all?
This is Stitches right here. This is Stitches.
Oh yeah.
No, I have never seen that guy before. But
you never saw Stitches. He used to do these crazy gun videos, man, and he had real. But see, they won't let me look at the videos here.
I mean, the way he's standing right there, yeah, that's a dude that's been in prison before.
Yeah. So I don't want to show too much. I don't want to show too much of it. Don't want to get in trouble. We're just talking about Stitches here. We're just talking about Stitches. I'll wait until. Yeah. But he did all these crazy videos and he had guns in them, and I'm pretty sure they were
can't do that.
Yeah, this dude was from 2013, 2014. I remember it was when I was first doing this.
So 2013, 2014 was well before I got into YouTube as a content creator.
I'll just do a little bit. This is Stitches right here.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, look up Stitches.
He's just a rapper.
He's a rapper, but he was for reals into gun. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I guess we got to go back and see what.
He was for reals into felony gun ownership.
But I'm telling you that executives from gun companies were like, oh no, we want to give him guns.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Not even
because they're so desperate to try to break into an audience that they'll sell their soul to. And it's not the answer. It's not the answer to get into the audience. It's not. You're not gonna. No.
Yeah. So here's his thing. Stitches rapper Philip Nicholas Katsasabanis, better known as Stitches. Katsabanis. I don't know. How do you say that? I don't know. Nicholas Katsabanis. Better known as by his stage name Stitches, American rapper. Prior to adopting the name Stitches, he was known as Lil Phil. Released his first mixtape, No Snitching, Is My Statement, in 2014. Blah blah blah. The rapper began selling cocaine and guns to support himself, moving to South Beach from Miami.
Last line.
What's the last line?
Read the last line out loud.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I didn't get that. In August 2022, Katsabanis was arrested on cocaine and weapons charges.
Yeah, that's who you want representing your company.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, that's Remington. Yeah, Remington. Yeah, go ahead and stop this guy or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking. I don't think I should even say the company now, but a big company you guys know, a company that's making stuff like what Walter's holding in his hands.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell those guys something. Don't waste your time with that kind of hood trash stuff. So, sorry.
If you're gonna endorse someone, you might want to do a little background check. Here's why. I don't care what tattoo someone has. I don't care if they have tattoos on their face, piercings. I don't care if they have dreads. None of that. That's who I grew up with.
You just can't be a criminal.
No, that's all my people. I'm from the Caribbean. I grew up with that. Make sure that that's not a person who's gonna show up in a big ATF raid with like 100 of your guns.
You're not gaining a thing. You're not gaining one bit of just. All you're getting is trash. Trash.
I'm on board with Walter here.
But all of that being said, you know, listen. At the end of the day, what is popular is what's popular. Do you guys remember when? Do you remember when Mike Tyson? When the hell was it Mike Tyson first got a face tattoo?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Who remembers?
You know, it's like, you walk around, you don't have to look real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Every young girl you see just about's got something marking on her. And
that's true. But
and why? Why is that?
Tattoos have been a thing for a long time. Face tattoos. I didn't pay any attention to face tattoos. The only people that had face tattoos until I saw Tyson get one was like gangsters in West Coast gang movies.
Jail.
I would be with Walter either.
or motorcycle gang. You killed somebody.
Yeah.
Old school.
All right,
jail, motorcycle gang.
The other day I went to Target and the dude pushing the carts at Target his whole face was face tattooed.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Where are you going to get a regular job when you have a face full of tattoos?
Hello.
Oh, there was a time they would not hire you.
He's lucky he could get a job doing that because
the only reason some of these people are hired. The only reason some of these people are hired now is because they can't find anybody else.
Basically, yeah.
Going up, Hank. You know, the only people that had... Okay, let's go back in time a little bit. Going up, the only people that had big, long beards were old dudes. I mean, really old dudes.
old rock and roll dudes.
No, I'm talking about before you came to this country here. In the 70s and 60s and stuff. Yeah. And tattoos all over? Maybe a sailor? Or somebody in the circus. In the service, circus, or prison.
Service or circus.
There wasn't girls with tattoos all over themselves and their names and little sayings on their arms, like, fuck me or something, on their arms and all this stuff. Their whole life stories are put on their body on the outside.
I saw someone with a tattoo, a Coors Light tattoo. A chick with a Coors Light tattoo.
What a terrible tat.
I think it's cyclic too, actually, right now, because we went through this cycle where we just could do anything and identify as the freak show in the circus. I don't know.
Yeah. But remember, what I'm trying to say is that Tyson got face tattoos, and I remember when the world was like, what the actual fuck?
Because it's still what the...
no, everybody has face tattoos now.
No.
You got 35 seconds. Like, watching Post Malone get face tattoos. I just am like, it's a terrible thing.
Can I tell you something? Dodge just put a neck tattoo on their logo.
So what does that mean? What am I supposed to do?
I'm just telling you, that's how popular it is.
What am I supposed to do? Go buy a Dodge now because they got a tattoo?
They just put a face tattoo on their logo, I promise you.
Well, anyways,
I'm sure you're not lying to me. You don't have to go find it.
We have to look it up. Yeah,
we're going to take a break. We're coming right back.
I don't see the point.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. And let me see, just for the credit. Hold on, dude. I gotta find it. Hold on.
Tattoo or neck tattoo?
There we go. Look at that.
Where's the neck tattoo?
Right on there. Right there.
Why is that a neck tattoo?
That's a neck tattoo.
On the neck of the demon.
It's on the neck. That demon is the logo for the Dodge. And I saw the executive.
They're finally getting rid of it, Hank. You see it?
It's pretty cool.
Does that mean you have to put it on your neck? I mean, what's the...
I'm sure there are dudes that will.
I saw an executive. Go ahead.
Subway put out a thing saying they rebranded with some new logo at Subway, and if you got the tattoo, you would eat for free forever. There was a dude that literally got it across his entire upper shoulders. Subway ain't worth that much to me. It's just not.
We know
Don't
when
lie,
Subway
Patrick.
goes-
You would probably you
For
considered
Subway?
it.
Hell no.
You considered it.
I don't know if there's
Yeah.
anything worth that.
Here, let me just say lifetime warranty. What's that worth?
Yeah. When the company goes out of business, it's like okay.
Lifetime warranty. What's that worth?
Yeah, he's gonna go when it becomes a Chick-fil-A. Patrick
Yeah.
will be over there like, this used to be a Subway, and
Yeah.
I had free food.
And he
And
shows
legally-
up on Sunday.
Yeah,
Shows up
yeah.
on
He'll just
Sunday.
like
Yeah.
have it go to the tattoo guy and have it written over Chick-fil-A.
Chicken fillet.
Oh
man. That's just my feelings on the whole thing. You know.
Yeah.
So,
But it's cool now. Think about all the dudes who, like the executive from Dodge was saying, he said that's a neck tattoo. And even the guy I was looking at the video said, "What? What did you just say?"
Look, I don't care about the Dodge car, the Dodge truck,
I know.
and tattoos. I want a fucking car that works. I don't care if they. It does. Oh, you're cool. Oh, you're cool.
Well, I think they're doing that because of the lifestyle. Think about who's okay. You know what it is? The same person who's buying.
Live fast, die young. Drive too fast, crash a car. That's
No, I don't think. Here's what I think it is. I think the old dudes that have money now, that are buying those things,
Those
are
are the ones that are
different from.
buying it.
They're different from the
They're not.
old dudes who used to buy that stuff.
They're not all tattooed up, my friend.
But that's my thing. Is I don't think they're all tatted up. Yeah.
No.
Some of them want to be.
No.
Think about a lot of now. Not me. I had a scat pack, right, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of those are guys who are executives or whatever, or retired people or whatever. But they also have a Harley, and they dress up like they're in a biker gang and grow out their beards and put a bunch of tattoos all over them, and they go out like they're badasses.
I don't know.
Am I lying? Am I lying? Come on. You know those
Not
dudes are out
necessarily,
there.
no, I think you're right. Kind of.
You know. Yeah, you know those dudes are out there on the during the week. You know, they're working. You know, working for the man 9 to 5. And I just think it's the cool thing to do now, and that's why all these people
To
are
get a
doing
neck
it.
tattoo?
No, I'm not going to do that.
It's a cool thing to get. All the cool kids are getting neck tattoos.
You know, whatever. You know, just
Asper
remember-
Warrior says, Hank, I feel personally attacked. Wait,
Give a neck
I'm
tattoo?
not, once
This
again,
is
you know, you can cover yourself in the stuff. It's fine. I don't care.
No, I don't.
I'm in the same. Yeah, I'm in the same boat where I really do not care.
I don't. It doesn't bother me. I don't really. Say, I just don't understand why. You see these beautiful girls and they put this crap all over, and all of a sudden, that stuff doesn't go away when you get tired of seeing it. You know, it's not easy to make it go away. I mean, when
Believe it or not, there's worse.
When the fad is over, it just
Nicholas.
doesn't go away. You know.
Well, have you seen, like, there was an article I was reading about a girl who tattooed. You know, people are tattooing their eyeballs.
It'll make you go blind.
Yeah, and she went blind. She tattooed her eyeballs.
I don't feel bad for you at all. You made that
Yeah.
choice.
Oh
You're
well.
retarded.
Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah,
well.
that's sad.
The mentally handicapped do dumb shit sometimes.
People can do. I think we had this conversation the other day. People can do crazy things with themselves. You know, if you look at like what Madonna did to herself.
Oh my god, she looks like a demon.
Yeah.
Speaking of the freak show, yeah.
Yeah, she did some crazy things. Okay, do you guys want to talk about we're in Gorn, but let's talk about news.
I got that too.
What? You got Gorn.
Gorn.
Okay. I wanted to talk about
the
this.
Gorn.
You want to talk about the Gorn?
Well, we're in the Gorn section.
The people tell us right now, do you want to see guns or should we talk about gun news?
Or
that's
or Willy Wonka's chocolate factory that blew up.
Yeah, Dan Hates You says, you're not cool unless you get a neck tattoo. Get that Hank Strange logo right on the jugular.
Strange look. There are people crazy enough where if you said, "Hey, go get a tattoo of my logo," somebody would do it, Hank. I'm not
I
kidding.
don't think
What?
I don't
You know what
think I have those
you know
kind
what
of
I find
friends.
you know what I find kind of odd?
What?
A lot of folks that are so like preppy and they're worried about the world coming to an end.
Are
They want to
tattooed.
put shit all over their face so you can see them a mile fucking away.
Mm.
How you
worried
gonna
about
lay
the
how you
world
gonna lay
ending.
low in society when you look like you're the tattoo
They will
guy? from
tat
the
up their
circus?
faces. They smoke. If they're not smoking cigarettes, then they're probably smoking vape, which God only knows what's in that.
Yeah.
The
No,
most
they're worried about
radical
the wrong
thing
thing.
I ever did with my body is get a mohawk.
You said the worst thing you ever did?
I said the most radical thing I've ever done.
Most radical thing.
Most radical thing I've ever done with my body is get it. Well,
cut your hair.
When I was younger, I had a mullet. My father lost his shit.
I don't have anything that
I kind of had one too for a while. Actually.
I've seen your pictures, Walter.
Too crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
But that well, like I said, you can just cut it all off and it grows back and it's no problem. I can't cut your neck off and
No, you can't. You can't laser out. I don't know how easy it is.
You can.
Laser out neck
tattoos. This one girl.
Oh, look at that. That's an old school. That's an old school Hank Strange.
I have one of those somewhere around here.
Yeah. Go ahead. One? Wait, hold on. Oh, there you go, Walt. There you go. Walt's got one too. There you go. Some stuff from Asper Warrior here. Mm-hmm.
This one female I follow on Instagram, who happens to be a Playboy type female, she had to have all that stuff burned off.
Yep. Why am I looking at Black Rambo?
That's not Black Rambo, is it?
It's a black dude.
That's the real Black Rambo.
You guys are messed up, man.
Fantastic.
Hey, I think that's a San Francisco scene, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Lord.
Black Rambo's getting it on.
You're getting a little bit of action,
You guys are special.
That's fun.
Okay.
I like that.
I didn't see any votes, so we're going straight to the news. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to go to the
news.
news.
Mr. Strange?
Okay, the gun that divides the nation, the Washington Post.
Fuck. Are you really going to get me started on this?
Yes. I gave you
I'm going to say
time.
something that's so offensive to a group of people.
Go
Say
for
it.
it.
Say
You
it.
heard my comments. You read my. You read my text.
You say what you want to say.
Hey,
Our
Hank
texts
will
are
not
private.
associate with anything.
Speak
None of
it, brother.
is of his
Speak
opinion.
it. Speak it.
You can say what you want.
There's certain people that just always want to take your guns away, and I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. This article, if you guys have not seen this article, this made me laugh at first. Flipping through this article, this was some craziness in this article. It's penned by Todd C. Frankel, Sean Boberg, Josh Dowsey, Ashley Parker, and Alex Horton. I don't know if you guys know who those are, but it's talking about the AR, the history of the AR, and basically there's quotes in there like, in the beginning, gun guys didn't even like ARs. So that was the first thing that made me laugh.
Everybody has liked an M16 since they saw it.
Yeah.
So my question is kind of like people that always are gun experts, but they've never touched the gun they're an expert on.
This right here, yep.
Do any of these people actually own one?
Okay, some of the people in this article who they quote are former executives of NSSF, Smith & Wesson. They're quoting the guy who started DPMS. Now, a lot of other... Okay, I'm going to read the article for you. Now, I'm not saying that everyone necessarily responded for this article, right? But they're pulling quotes here.
You should never
now, a lot of
respond to
times
news
in this,
twist it.
Yeah, exactly. And now a lot of times here they bring up companies and they go, and this company refused to comment, which is what they should do. But here, just to start off the thing here, the AR-15 wasn't supposed to be a bestseller. The rugged, powerful weapon was originally designed as a soldier's rifle in the late 1950s. This is from the article. An outstanding weapon with phenomenal lethality. An internal Pentagon report raved. It soon became standard issue for U.S. troops in the Vietnam War, where the weapon earned a new name, the M16.
It didn't earn a name.
It earned it. It earned it.
Yeah. Retard.
Yeah. So here, I'm going to go on to...
Okay, you want an example? The M60 earned the name the Pig. It earned that name.
Yeah.
It wasn't designated that by
so
the
here's
US
the thing.
government.
But listen, few gun makers saw a semi-automatic version of the rifle with its shrouded barrel, pistol grip, and jutting ammunition magazine as a product for ordinary people. It didn't seem suited for hunting. It seemed like overkill for home defense. Gun executives doubted many buyers would want to spend their money on one. And then they go on here. So here's a quote. Because this is a long-ass article, so we're not going to do the whole thing. We'd have NRA members walk by our booth and give us the finger, said Randy Luth, the founder of gunmaker DPMS, one of the earliest
Okay.
companies to market AR-15s. So that's what I was just talking about.
What did DPMS do against the common good?
You made it sound like Randy Luce said that. He didn't say that.
It's right here in the article.
He said people walk by his booth. He didn't. He wasn't saying anything negative about the AR.
No, he said we'd have NRA members walk by our booth and give us the finger. Said Randy Luth. Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
He said
but
that.
When you started, you said that. Anyways, never mind.
No. I said this is the quote that they put in the thing. And
that's
basically,
not negative about AR-15s. That's just negative about the FUDs that are in the NRA.
I don't know. First of all, I don't know Randy. Do you know Randy Luth, Walt? Do you know who that is?
I have not met him. No, I know of him, but I have not met him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was
specific. What did DPMS do wrong? Are they a FUD company or something?
No, I don't think.
No. He's saying that people at, let's say, like the NRA convention, walk by and give him a hard time.
Yeah,
that's
because they were selling
NRA.
ARs. Okay, but here's my question: did that really happen? Did at the NRA show, did gun guys walk by DPMS and go "fuck you" to DPMS?
Don't use that term, gun guys, because your duck hunter guys and your
are not. Yeah,
I live on
FUDs.
the farm. I live on the farm and don't do anything, but they're not gun guys.
Okay.
They're not people that like all kinds of guns. They're very prejudiced.
Right. Yeah.
And they think a lot of people the only thing they know about guns is what they hear on TV.
Yeah.
Right. Well. So, they think, oh, those things are terrible.
I wasn't around in those times. When I got into the gun world was, I think, like around 2012, 2013, when we had the whole firearm apocalypse, and all of that stuff was going on. Yeah, so I never went to any NRA show or any SHOT show where anybody was mad about an AR-15. And I know when I got into the gun world, I never had that thought in my mind like this is a bad thing or anything like that. But Walt, did you ever see anything like that?
No.
You saw a lot of this stuff.
We got to remember, they've been selling AR-15 since the early '60s.
Yeah, I don't.
Look at the advertising from the early '60s. AR-15 was available way back.
Yeah, but weren't AR-15s also in movies and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, AR-15. Yeah,
since the. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the oldest movies. I didn't look at
trigger. It's their trigger gun now. It's their gun that, it used to be. The AR-15 is like the AK. The Russians have the AK. We have the AR-15. So AR-15 is the big.
Right.
It's automatically evil.
The big spooky, scary gun. Yeah.
But when I came into the gun world, I remember I got into this here in Florida. I mean, I've always been into guns, even when I lived in New York. But even here in Florida, all the dudes that I ran into, your good old boys and all that, they were all about dudes who grew up hunting. They were all about ARs. The only thing I remember is every single one of those mofos had to have a Colt 6920.
6920 was hot. Ooh, that was hot.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone like poo-pooing, but like I said, I wasn't doing this in the 60s and 70s and all that, but I remember it being in those movies. Terminator had ARs in it, and
back in the old days, like in the 80s, when you could buy anything, you could get HKs, you could get AR-15s. I didn't want no AR-15. I wanted a damn HK. I want no AR-15. What do I want an AR-15 for? That's not exotic enough.
It's common. It was common to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did you first build your first AR-15, Walt, or did you buy your first AR-15?
I built the first one probably. Let me see. Back up in time.
70s.
No. Probably though. Probably. I mean, I had an AK. I bought an AK in '86 actually, so that was the first AK.
Yeah, I know you're an AK guy first.
Then I had an HK91.
Right.
And then AR-15 didn't happen until early '90s, I think. So.
Okay. Yeah. So
once I got my license and all that stuff,
Yeah. So this article is talking about how today the AR-15 is the best-selling rifle. 1 in 20 U.S. adults, roughly 60 million people, own at least one AR.
Have you seen how cheap?
More than that.
Go ahead.
Because it's for that type of gun, it's the cheapest thing you can get. You can't buy an AK for $400. Like you can buy an AR-15 for $400, $350.
That's a good thing.
Depending.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you
Bernie's
can't buy an
hand.
SKS now for that price.
Oh, you're back in the days before I was alive. Oh.
$49 SKS is used.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
no guns were expensive like that. Well, no, I shouldn't say no guns. There probably were some really expensive guns back in the day, right?
Oh yeah, there was expensive
But
guns.
gun prices have like fucking skyrocketed.
But your money's not worth that much either now anymore.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
No,
And
well, yeah. What I was trying to say, Patrick, is that okay? I know like probably prices are coming down, but I think after like 2012, 2013, a lot of those prices went up.
But another thing I remember about the AR-15 is, back in the '80s there was Colt parts and there was DPMS then and a few others, but there wasn't the volume of stuff you have available now to build with. I mean, now you have so many options and so many people making parts and so many different variations and people making barrels, and it's easy, it's simple.
So listen, this article, I would really recommend people go read it. I know it's bullshit. I'm not trying to tell you guys. I think there's a lot of bullshit in here, but it's really interesting, and we have to be aware of these things because this is the kind of stuff that we need to push back on. And this is the reason why YouTube and all these other social media sites have pretty much shadow banned us, because they don't want people like us talking about this stuff or counteracting this bullshit in here. But I want to hit you with this, Walter, because I want to see your reaction. Okay, I want to see your reaction. Okay, supporters of the AR-15 say its popularity reflects its legitimacy as a tool for law-abiding people. The firearm is lawfully owned by millions of Americans, used in shooting competitions for recreational purposes, hunting, and home protection, said NRA spokesman Andrew Arula. What is it? Arula Nadadam. Whatever. Others say this was not the original idea behind the gun. Eugene Stoner, a World War II veteran who invented the AR-15 in the late 1950s while working at Armory, a small engineering firm in Hollywood, had no interest in civilians using his invention, said C. Reed Knight, who owns a Florida gun making company, and considers Stoner his mentor. I don't know who is C. Reed Knight. Is this who I think it is?
It's just Reed Knight.
Yeah, it's Reed Knight.
From Knight's Armament?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's not wrong. I mean, he's not lying.
Because they were trying to get a military contract where the money is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
Right.
And
okay.
When that didn't happen like they thought it was going to happen or as fast, when Colt started making them, they started selling the AR-15 version right to the public right away too.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
so here's what Knight goes on to say. He looked at this thing as only for the military side of the house, Knight said. Stoner, who died in 1997, thought his invention was past its prime by the mid-1990s, Knight said.
Yes.
He added that Stoner would have been horrified by the idea that he invented the tool of all this carnage in the school.
No, okay.
Not even close.
Stop it. How many shootings are actually been done in schools with AR-15?
The majority of shootings are not using AR-15s.
No.
And this article has numbers and all that kind of stuff. You know, so okay, whoever came up with cars, you know, do you think that they regret
Henry
all
Ford
the people?
never thought somebody would get run over.
Do they regret all the people who have gotten killed by cars? The people who invented planes, who invented hammers, knives.
As soon as the automobile hit the road, people were getting slaughtered. So
does Pfizer regret all the people who died of getting the fucking shot?
Not with the amount of money they made.
I don't know. Listen, it's possible that Stoner wasn't happy about what he did, right? It's possible.
That's a stretch, though. Reed Knight should have known better than to say that shit.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist. Like I said, I don't know if these people are pulling this stuff that they're saying that Knight said, the owner of Knight's Armament. I don't know him. I've met his kids, and I've got no issues with them. We don't know the context in which they're pulling these things or where they're getting it from.
That's why you never talk to the media, ever.
Right. So, yeah. So there's a lot of things that we create and then it gets out of our hands, right? So I know they've always talked about the guys, including Einstein, that were part of the atom bomb project and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
But if you think about these things, unfortunately, the way that the world is, the way reality is, there has to be destruction in order for creativity and for people to be happy and peaceful and live good lives. There has to be the ability to destroy other people who don't want people to do that, right? And there's lots of scenarios for that. So like with the atom bomb, if we didn't have that, would we have stopped the Germans and the Japanese of what they were up to?
It would have taken a lot more men, and a lot more Americans would have died trying to take the mainland China, mainland Japan rather.
Yeah, everything in life you really have to balance it. But I'm just going to try to hit some of these things. So Harry Faber, a former executive at Smith & Wesson, one of the country's best-known firearms brands, saw how Stoner's invention changed the gun industry. The AR-15's success came at a price, he said. The firearms industry in the aggregate is very small, Faber told the Post, and look at the havoc it wreaks.
Oh God! What an ass! What a fucking ass! Christ. Smith & Wesson, run the numbers. Smith & Wesson pistols have probably killed more people in this country than any other brand.
Again, this stuff is, I can almost guarantee if you read the entire, whatever the person said, this stuff's completely out of context. I can just about guarantee.
Some of this I believe, because I have videos of SHOT Show of me asking some executives of companies. You guys remember that I got in trouble a couple of years back at SHOT Show? Maybe. Because I was interviewing companies and I said, well, where are you guys on?
We can't talk about that. We can't say
that. I said, where are you guys on when it comes to the Second Amendment? What's your comments on that? And some of the companies were like, yeah, we don't talk about that. So
that's
I
ridiculous.
I believe some of these, people do this kind of stuff. So this article goes on. Smith & Wesson made its name with handguns such as Dirty Harry's Feeling Lucky 6-shooter. The company had never mass-produced a rifle in its storied history stretching to 1852. That began to change in 2005.
And
right?
Why? And why?
It was a tough time for the firearms industry. Gun sales had been flat for several years, according to federal background check data, the best available proxy for the number of firearms sold. And it goes on to talk about
and why. Walter is absolutely... I now understand why you're saying and why. It's the Obama stuff. Absolutely.
And why? Because they had this feeling that it was going to get real busy real fast, so they didn't want to miss out on...
During the Obama administration, it was crazy busy.
And grabbing onto Elsie's udders and milking those Americans all their money. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but remember, many things... We had this kind of perfect storm in America, right? That happened. You had all these things that I was like 9/11 happened. Right? 9/11 happened. A lot of Americans realized that the government, there's people who know it already. I'm sure people I know the government's bullshit since I was born. But a lot of people realize the government can't fucking save you. Okay? And they realize the havoc that could be wreaked on people with very little, and how the government couldn't do shit about it. And then things kept happening. And the more that these things kept happening, people in America kept blaming, the politicians kept going after the wrong thing. And so the more people see that, when I get into some shit, I can't depend on my government. What do they do? They go, you know what? I'm going to make sure I could depend on myself.
I'm going to depend on myself.
And I'm going to get some guns. And then when the government layers that, which, you know what? We don't want you to have those guns.
Not too goddamn bad.
But what do people do? They go buy guns. When the government says, we're going to ban these guns, they go, no, fuck you. I'm going to buy more of these guns.
It's in our DNA. It's in the American spirit. It's in the American DNA.
I mean,
it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that negatively. It's a great thing. Perseverance, self-defense. Right. It's an American thing.
Absolutely.
That's why Europeans never understand. Mm-hmm. American attitude is very different from European attitude.
Yeah. I think Americans don't want to be forced into things. We can look at the world right now. Is everyone around the world happy? Or are the French right now fucking shit up?
They're still riding over there.
They're fucking shit up in Jerusalem right now.
You
100%.
mentioned a real good subject, Hank Strange.
What?
The Americans don't want to be forced into something electric.
No, yeah, people don't want to be forced into anything. But people will do things if they feel like, oh, this is cool or whatever, right? That's how we are. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is where that came from. I know for me that was my personal journey. When I saw 9/11, when I saw Katrina, when I saw all those things, I was like, fuck, I'm not going to sit around and wait for anyone to protect me and take care of my family. I'm going to do it for myself. Right?
I don't know what my epiphany. We've always had guns in the house for
I just
protection.
like guns.
I've always liked guns.
I'm in the same boat. But our house as a kid, we always had a firearm.
Now you guys are here. You guys are here in Florida. Remember, like after all of those things, after 9/11, I moved away from New York and New Jersey and came out here. And I was out here when Katrina happened, but I was living in West Palm Beach, and all these things kept happening. And I kept saying, "Hey, you better learn how to do this shit, right? You better move away from the cities, live in the country, learn how to protect yourself, learn how to take care of shit."
You gotta load up the truck and move to Beverly.
But it's not just me. Why do things all of a sudden start peaking in the sales? That's the point you were making, right, Walter? Because the zeitgeist of people, most people see this shit and go, "Oh no. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna go." Listen, the last one that happened was COVID.
Well,
the two things, the riots.
That drove that was the election.
Remember there was the riots?
Well, that was the election.
Yeah.
That was the election.
No, before the last
part of it.
But before the last election, we had all these riots, remember? And people out in California and on the West Coast were like, "Oh shit, we need some guns." Remember that?
Yeah. That's when they realized they were dudes buying guns that were like, "I've never even considered it. I thought they were evil, but now I want one." It's like, okay.
Yeah. Remember, I told you guys about my
governors
barbers
and mayors and stuff were telling them, "You don't need a gun. We'll take care of you. You don't need a gun." And they're like, "Fuck yeah, are you kidding me? You guys retarded?"
Yeah. Remember I was telling you guys about my barber? You guys know my barber, right? Remember I told you that his dad called me up and told me he wanted a gun? This is a guy who was a college professor and super peaceful, never owned a gun. He called me up, he said, "I want a gun." I was like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, I can help you out with that." And I was like, "So what's up?" He was like, "Oh, well, I got to protect myself because the Trump people are coming for me."
The Trump people. Yeah, those Trump people are sure going to come for you.
And right there, that's like misguided. He's got a better chance of getting whacked by his own people, black people, than he does from any Trump people.
I told you guys about this, right? Did I tell you guys?
Yeah, you
might
mentioned
have.
it
I don't
before.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said to him, first of all, you have to realize who he's talking to. Like, I don't think he realized who he was talking to. But he told me the Trump people were coming for him, and I said, "You know what? Here's what I'm going to do."
Trump people are coming for.
What Trump
Can
people?
you imagine actually believing that?
So, listen, you can't. The mind is a funny thing, man. The mind.
You can't make that up, though. You can't make that up.
Yeah, the mind is funny. This is for reals. I had a conversation with him. So I said, "Okay, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you to a gun store here in Gainesville, and that dude is going to sell you a gun. He's going to sell you a gun, and he's going to show you how to use that gun." And he was like, "Okay, cool." And then I said, "But who do you think that guy is that owns that store?" And he said, "Oh, it's probably a white guy." I said, "Yeah, it is a white guy that owns that store."
Who do you think he voted for?
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "Who do you think that guy was voting for?" He was like, "No." I said, "What political party do you think that guy is in? You think he's like a Democrat or a Republican?" He's like, "Oh, he's probably a Republican." I was like, "So do you think he voted for Biden or for Trump?" He said, "Oh, he probably voted for Trump." I said, "Okay, so this guy, who is the exact guy you're afraid of, is going to sell you a gun and show you how to use that gun, and you think he's your enemy?" And he was like, "You know what? Forget it." End of story. So.
Well, but that's the mentality some folks have. Not all folks.
No, but there was listen, it's not his fault, man. There was a hysteria built up in this country. Okay? There was a false narrative pushed on people, and we can't deny this.
But You said he was a college professor, right?
Sometimes the smartest people are the
Supposed to
easiest
be,
people to be Jedi
but
mind tricked.
not a lick of damn common sense, not a bit, none.
Yes, sir.
Do you think? Let me put it.
Yes,
If you
sir.
thought the Trump people were coming after him, it means the Trump people coming after the black folk. That's what he's trying to say, right?
Mhm.
Right.
You think there?
Yeah.
You think there'd be any black folk left?
In Florida, definitely not.
No.
I mean, the numbers just don't support it. So,
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
so yeah.
What, did he ever? Did you ever hear?
Unfortunately,
Did you
so
watch
he,
CNN? Is CNN just telling you?
No,
Was
he
that-
dropped that. He dropped that. The last time I saw him, he was very upset about all this stuff going on, and I was like, dude, because he was like,
Turn
oh,
off the
Trump,
news.
Trump was trying to take over the country. He didn't want to leave,
Christ.
and I was like, listen, man, you know, because he was very worked up, and I said, you know, you shouldn't be getting yourself worked up. Trump's not the president. And all of that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who's up there in the White House. I personally don't give a shit who's in the White House. I believe in protecting myself and taking care of myself and my family. And you know, unfortunately, I have to say this, right? He got a stroke after that. Just like around the same time your dad got a stroke. Unfortunately for him, it's been really bad on him, and he's you know, still suffering from that. But you know, and you lost your dad with all that stuff, so
that worry does your health zero.
Oh
it does
God,
your
it's
health
bad for
Yeah.
you.
That constant aggravation and that tension and everything. It's like, turn that fucking news off.
yes.
Yes.
I mean,
We
if you're
at the beginning.
if you get that worked up about stuff like that, turn it off.
At the beginning of COVID, I had to force Marley to turn off her
Turn it
phone. Like, walk away from the phone, go do something else, because she was getting so worked up over COVID stuff. I was like, "There's nothing you can do. Don't worry about it."
But they were
You know,
putting a
look
lot
at-
of pressure. They were putting a lot of pressure on Marley, just like they were putting
Yes.
a lot of pressure
But-
on Lola.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, look at the lie. Look at the lies. Look at the stories. Look at the false. They just filling you with a bunch of bullshit.
Listen, you know, and this is on both sides. I was talking yesterday. Do you guys remember how Lauren Boebert and all these guys stood up and they like were blocking McCarthy's nomination? You remember this? Okay, so those are Republicans, and they were blocking other Republicans. And the reason why they were doing it is because of a lot of what we're talking about here, and they wanted to give a voice to people, right? Even though they were in a minority. But do you guys remember how they were treated at first by Fox News? Do you guys realize what happened? Because I know you weren't paying attention to the news. Sean Hannity on Fox News had on
Called them terrorists.
he had on Lauren Boebert and treated her like it was so bad. I actually saw that on YouTube, and I was so mad. And I'll tell you why I was mad. Because I saw a few months before that he had on fucking Sean Penn. So Sean Hannity had on Sean Penn, who's his nemesis, and he shook his hand, and they were really nice, and they were all cordial to each other and all
It's
that.
all fake. It's uniparty fake bullshit.
What do you think Sean Penn was on to talk about? Guess. I'll give you a guess what Sean Penn was on to talk about.
January 6th.
Nope. Ukraine. Sean
Oh,
Penn.
that's right. That's right.
Sean
He's in
Penn
Ukraine.
was on to say that America must go to war with Russia over Ukraine, even if we have to launch nuclear missiles. Go look
he's
it up.
retarded.
It's still
No,
out
I've
there.
seen it. I remember that. He's
And
retarded.
Hannity, I think I sent it to you guys because I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? But Hannity was so nice to Penn, who is like the polar opposite, a piece of shit. And if you look at it, he had contempt on his face for Hannity when he came on. Then he talks to Lauren, to Boebert, like, dude, this was the one of the most fucked up things I ever saw. He would not let her talk. He was like slamming his hands on the desk and throwing his paper up and carrying on. And Fox News was also, like, all the people at Fox News were doing that, and that's why he was doing it. And we needed those people to stand up. Because all of these guys, on the left, on the right, we can't trust any of these mofos. Okay? And I have more trust for the people who are willing to go through all that shit. Today, Fox News and lots of people on the conservative right treat them like heroes. But in that moment, it wasn't too long ago, you guys remember they treated them like shit. You know? And they were willing to stand up. Now, the reason why I'm saying all of this, in reality, when the shit hits the fan and you're on your own, who the fuck is going to stand up for you?
Nobody. No one is.
Who is going to care what the law is?
Nobody's good. Well, I mean,
These like fucked up people who run into schools and attack kids and teachers. Do you think they care what the laws are?
uh,
Do you think they give a shit about the law? They don't
No.
care about the law, and there's no law that we can create that will stop those fucking people.
no.
So yeah, we got. I think we have to think
Well,
about all this stuff. Go
it's
ahead,
it's
Walt.
just more. It's more the same thing. Let's ban assault weapons. That happened back in the '90s and
Did nothing.
went through all that monkey business. No muzzle brakes. No bayonet lugs. The evil bayonet lugs and bayonets. Which, by the way, I don't think anybody's ever been bayoneted with a bayonet in this country on the gun.
Oh no,
At least,
definitely not.
at least that I know of, anyways. Um, But
Yeah.
and it's the same mantra over and over and over. High capacity magazines. In the meantime, you got illegals driving around drunk with no insurance, killing people. You got all these drugs in these towns. People wandering around like zombies, and they
If you
left the
believe
country.
what these people say, like they even acknowledge that there's more guns in America than people. So if the guns are the evil things, why are we even alive?
Well, it's easier. It's easier to. This is inanimate. This doesn't vote. This doesn't cry. This doesn't say you're racist. This doesn't say anything. It just sits there. If you blame the real people doing things, then they're going to start squealing like stuck pigs. So, and you have to lock them up and be nasty to them, and no, that's not going to happen. So.
Let me get back to there's a lot of this, by the way. I know you guys don't really, you're trying to avoid this. Obama's victory created an opening for pro-gun groups to tease the potential for a new assault weapons ban. A claim, like they're saying that like it's bullshit, a claim that the industry executives have credited with energizing AR-15 sales. In 2008, when growing demand led U.S. gun makers to increase production of all firearms by 15%, AR-15 production rose by 65%. According to government industry figures, the AR-15s were rapidly becoming a larger share of the overall firearms market, reaching 10% of all guns made that year for the first time. Jeff Buchanan, then chief financial officer at Smith & Wesson, recalled several years later at a business conference that Obama spurred sales because he was pronounced liberal and people buy because they are afraid of future legislation. Obama was mockingly crowned 2009's Gun Salesman of the Year by the gun-friendly news service
Bless his heart.
Outdoor.
I paid off 3 cars. I paid off a house. I put one of my children to school, all on that Mr. Obama's ass.
But was it all bullshit? Was it like a smokescreen? Was it a boondoggle? Were these guys not trying to ban guns,
yeah.
all guns?
Well,
They were going for it.
Yeah.
If he could have, if he had the ability, King Obama, he would have done it, 100%.
They're still trying to do it.
He had opportunities just like right before the election where they controlled everything and they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were concerned. Remember, there's a thing called Obamacare. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And Obamacare controls you more than gun control does, because then Granny can't get her hemorrhoids fixed. Grandpa can't get a new hip. You're not going to get your birth control pills. You ain't. So that was a bigger thing for him than anything else.
But
healthcare.
But listen, every side uses fear, right? I mean, isn't that how we make people go to war and kill other human beings?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Isn't that what happened to Mo's dad? Isn't that what happened to him? Didn't someone stoke his
Fear killed
fears?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, the CNN does it. That's
well,
100%.
because he turns that shit on all day long, and
Turns
they
the
sit and
news
watch
on.
it all day long.
Can't do that.
And then they're looking at their phone all day long, and they get in the car and they listen to all day long, and it's like you get so wound up. The world's coming to an end every day.
Yep.
Yeah. I
can't live like that. It's not healthy.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm coming right back. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC. By the way, fear has had the same effect with crypto. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
What has?
It spurs it up and down.
Fear has had the same effect with crypto.
So
Crypto, crypto crashed. But do you realize that crypto is going back up again?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but
Why? Why is it going back up again?
It's the market, like any market.
No, because all these banks are failing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's all fear.
You have to, people be very careful. Don't.
Okay.
Crypto's not your answer to all your.
Nothing is the answer. You know what I was going to say? Here's the thing. Like a lot of things in life, this is something I found out, right? A lot of things in life are simple. So the reason why, Patrick, like you are in a position where you're like, you know what's the best thing for me and my family? And Walter, lots of us out there, I'm like this. I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. The reason why we're like that is because we did something about it. You realize that, right?
What do you mean? I'm not sure.
So here's what I'm saying. So if like the thing that like these people who are worried about, who didn't go get guns, who didn't figure out how they work and what to do with them, they are panicking because they didn't do shit. And so at the last minute, it's like Walter always says this when it comes to generators. If there's a fucking hurricane coming, does Walter panic about a generator?
No, I don't. And
now I have my chainsaw. I got my generator.
I saw that chainsaw, and it said he's ready. He's ready. He's got bullets. He's got chainsaw. Make sure
he's got generator. I guarantee you, he stockpiled baby formula.
Once per season, right before the season starts, I'll pop that generator out, clean the carb a little bit, get it ready. Chainsaws, if we got to cut some limbs down. Yeah. Fill the cars up. Well, I always keep a stock of food and water. You know, it's just simple things because hurricanes happen. It's not like we're planning for the end of the world. Just shit happens.
But if you're doing something about things, you don't panic. Now, who panicked and bought all the guns? Who panicked and bought all the guns? Because you're controlling
your scenario. You're controlling your own situation.
Yeah. Do you know how I know this? Because, like I said, in 2012, 2013, when I've always been into guns, but when I really was like, oh, I got to buy guns, I was paying high prices for shit because guess what? I didn't have the guns I felt like I needed, right? And all the prices were going up, and it's like, oh shit, got to do something about this because you don't have. So nowadays, fast forward 10 years later, when everyone's panicking into ammo or guns or whatever it is, I'm not necessarily doing that. There are things, like I don't have everything covered in my life, right? I haven't figured out everything. So you constantly, work on those things, and then you don't need to panic into shit. You don't need to be that person that doesn't buy fucking groceries for your house and have water and stuff like that, and then the hurricane's coming and you go to Home Depot and buy every fucking thing.
It felt really good. I mean, that was a good deal, obviously. I'm cheap. I don't buy anything brand new. But it felt really good getting something like that. That wasn't me frivolously saying, I want to throw some money at something stupid, like more guns. Like, I need more guns. Chainsaw, super, super practical. Used way more than you would think. And it's also very fun, by the way. Chaining down some limbs, super fun.
Also dangerous, so be careful. You know that.
Highly dangerous, incredibly.
So are guns too, by the way. But
everything. I mean, everything's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
You know, your freaking electric car can kill you if you don't charge it. I'm trying to look. Where the hell is the?
Yeah, when you try to push it.
Where the hell is the picture of baby? I'm pretty sure.
His chainsaw.
Yeah, I thought he sent a picture of the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's in the chat text. It's in the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. That's weird.
One. I know it.
I did. I saw it too. I don't know what happened to it.
It's in there.
That's weird.
I could say I see so many people they'll buy a generator during hurricane season, and then after it's sitting in the summertime they sell it, or in the wintertime they sell it.
No, you need to keep that shit.
Put the box, drain the fuel out, put the box back over the top of it, put some of your shit on top of that box like it's a table.
Hold on.
It's in there, Hank. Scroll up past.
I can't find it.
You gotta go past Black Rambo's picture and Walter's video of his sink. It's just above that. Walter got a sink this weekend.
Is it above Walter's sink? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's like right above Walter's sink.
Yeah.
I got a neighbor down the street, or I don't know him personally, but a newer house they built, and their garage is full to the door with stuff, right? And little by little, I mean, I've gotten 2 weed whackers from that front of that house. They had a flat screen TV out there, that little sink. There was a pickup truck toolbox with aluminum, that aluminum diamond plate. Nothing wrong with it. They set it out by the street, and I went by and I saw that little sink, and I passed by it 3 times. And on the 3rd time, I said, I'm gonna stop and get it.
Boom! There you go.
There you go, man.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It was steel 180 MC or something like that.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, the paint's come off, but it's a good chainsaw.
Steel. I think this doesn't Steel is one of those tools that has like a lifetime thing on it, right? That you can go to.
Maybe it's German made. It runs. I mean, who knows how long it's been sitting in that pawn? Because I just picked it up from a pawn shop. And 5 cranks. I put it in the right choke, 5 or 6 cranks, and it started right up. And I didn't even sharpen it or anything. I just went. I had some limbs I needed to take down. I took the limbs down.
You should look at that because I think Steel does have a pretty good.
I don't think it lasts that long.
I don't know how long their thing is, but
there's always parts availability. That's one good thing.
Yeah. You see that little sink? That little sink is brand new, and that faucet was in the box in the sink, brand new.
Yeah. The side of the road gods have blessed thee, Walter.
Yeah. This house, they're always putting stuff out that's good. I mean, what are you supposed
Walter
to do?
drives by just to see what's on the side of the road.
Yeah, he regularly goes to that house.
When we were kids, we go out riding our bikes, and there was like a regular route we'd go where people throw good stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like we make the route, see what's out there. It's like, what the heck? I didn't have no money when I was a kid. I was a poor white child. You know what I'm saying?
There's a whole part of this article where they're talking about video games, like how the video game industry
got people into guns.
Well, they got together with the video game industry to help, like the firearms industry helped the video game industry start out by getting them samples of gunshots and stuff like that.
Oh, you know where this is going?
But when all this shit when the video game industry started getting blamed for shit, they dropped the fucking firearms industry like a hot potato.
What? Well, okay. I've had this. I've thought this for a long time. A lot of video games desensitize people, and people go, "Oh, you're crazy." Well, that's not bullshit.
Listen,
the weak mind. Look, Hank. Everybody's not strong like you. Like,
well, everyone's, but everyone's not the same.
There's a lot of very weak-minded people out there that becomes. They think, oh God, that's fucking.
Look, I agree with you, but those same people, those same weak-minded people, can be conned by the FBI into kidnapping the governor of Minnesota or some shit.
How many of those people were FBI agents?
So look, my kids are all about video games. I guarantee you, in a video game contest, my kids, like on Call of Duty or whatever, my kids will straight murk out Babyface P, right? And they grew up.
I'm old.
Yeah, but they grew up around a lot of guns. You guys know that. You see my place, nothing but guns laying around.
I'm currently playing Stalker, so as we're talking right now. So.
Stalker.
Once again, your kids are not the weak-minded. Okay, there's a lot of weak-minded people out there.
It's all relative. I'm gonna be nice on the subject of my kids because my son right now is editing shit. That and he might come. He will come across this episode. So he's now in charge of making snippets. So if you people see snippets out there about you.
Nice.
Yeah.
You might want to be nice to him because he's in charge of.
To me, like says weak-minded.
He's going to be in charge of making snippets, and he edited the last video that's up with me, Walter, and Flying Rich. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's also doing on Who Moved My Freedom on YouTube. You'll see the snippets that went up. Like we put one up about the Smith & Wesson / Keltec thing.
Oh yeah. I like that one. I was watching that today, but I had to go. So I didn't finish watching it because I had to go back to work and do something.
So my kids are so awesome. As I've told you guys every time I talk about my children, they are literally saints, and they do nothing. Look.
You hear that? He says you're great. Okay.
Why are you making a face, Patrick?
They are saints because they're gonna take it. He's gonna take it out of my face to do something.
No.
Yeah.
No, but listen, but there's a lot of stuff in the world that we don't do. But yes, there are fucked up people in the world, but those people are going to do bad stuff no matter what. I don't think video games is the fault of that, or alcohol is not the fault of that, or... You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It all plays into the
yeah, but then
formula.
The person was crazy anyway.
Yes.
And a long time ago, that person would have been dragged into the woods from the village and would have mysteriously never fucking came back.
Not so long ago, the nutters were put into a place and kept them all together. Now we can't do that.
Or,
I mean, seriously nutty people. And there's a lot of seriously nutty people wandering the streets. But we can't do that anymore. We can't do that. No, we can't do that.
There were things that happened to people that people went off and did. And,
yeah, when your seriously nutty guy in the village tried to seriously nut your daughter, yeah, they went out and they offed his ass. Yeah, that's.
I think the problem we have is that the world right now, it's too comfortable. I feel
I agree with that.
That's how society. That's how societies fall, right? That's how Rome fell.
That's exactly how Rome fell. 100%.
Yeah. Rome fell because of debauchery and lead poisoning.
Yeah, but how did it happen?
Here we're at.
Rome got very civilized and put a lot of nice stuff in there, and then everyone got bored, and then everyone started having sex with everybody else and everything else and every other kind of creature and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Rome followed the slippery slope, and that's where the U.S. is currently sitting.
Yes. So
tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You know how many times human beings have destroyed society?
Yeah, we do it to ourselves.
More than we know, actually. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. This goes on to talk about the advertising in the gun industry.
Just recently here, ATF's rebuttal to the Polymer 80 thing. They mentioned in their thing about advertising and marketing.
Who mentioned in their thing?
See how butthurt they were?
ATF.
What did they say?
They're going to be watching that and investigating the marketing, which is a First Amendment violation. By the way.
Wait. Hold on. They said that for reals?
Yes. Marketing.
Oh shit. So they're watching us right now.
Well, they can watch what they want. This is First Amendment. I can say whatever I want.
I could whatever I do is what I want. That's what I want.
So as a business, I don't advertise like that. I'm not, but what if you make a nice little semi-auto 22 caliber AR-15 looking rifle that's perfect for the younglings.
I still want to buy one of those.
Yeah, well, that one company that makes that little micro AR-15, the little junior, they're going after them.
I want to buy. Wait, the ATF is going after them?
Well, I forget where it's at, which state.
My personal feeling is the best thing you can do for kids is teach them about guns. It's just like if you live in a house and your house has a pool, you live in a neighborhood where every other person has a pool.
You better know how to fucking swim.
Yeah, make sure your kids know how to swim. Don't try to ban pools. Because there's still these things called bodies of water.
Every
we
summer
live
here
on
in
one.
Florida, as soon as it gets warm, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids drowned right away. It's every year in Florida here. There's all kids start drowning. It's because they don't teach them how to swim. So if you got guns, don't make it into a big mystery. Take your kids out and show them how they work. And the mystery's gone. Once the curiosity's gone. I could leave a pile of them out someplace.
Have you ever heard of a guy called Harry Farber? Harry Falber?
No, I haven't.
He was a guy that worked at Smith & Wesson, so they're talking about, in this thing about the advertising, they're talking about that guy. Because he worked at Smith & Wesson and all that, but now he's very anti-gun. So
well, because when he was there, he was making a paycheck, and he was never pro-gun anyways. It was just about money.
Yeah.
So, which a lot of these suits in these big companies, it's all about the paycheck. It's not about.
Yeah, that's all it is. When you're top tier executive, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the National Shooting Sports Foundation's the same way. These big wigs at these corporations, they get on the board there, and they SIG and all these other ones hand out the money to the NSSF, and and they're all sitting on the boards, and they get to go to the parties, and they get to have all the fun, and it's in the meantime, while they're trying to ban your stuff, they're pushing child locks. And I said this before. I mean, okay, that's important stuff, but it's not what it won't matter when they take the guns away if you got child locks. So, anyways, just my
Yeah. So there's things. What I'm listening to you guys. I'm just looking. I wanted to comment on the stuff that they were saying about. There was some things here in this article. I'm trying to come up with them right now. That's about Trump. And basically, I'm trying to find it, but they were talking about how when Trump was in the White House, he actually wanted to ban AR-15s. What do you guys think about that?
Trump was not a friend to the gun. I don't know if people realize that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. I just found it here. I'll read it. So
exactly.
An uptick in shootings and stalemate on gun control. Shortly after Parkland, President Donald Trump repeatedly floated the idea of supporting a new assault weapons ban. He mentioned it on live TV to one of the Senate's most vocal gun control backers, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat.
She was. Oh, did you remember her sitting at the table going like this?
Yeah.
She was. Oh my God.
Well, because Trump was on their side. This is, so this is interesting. So he mentioned it on live television in front of one of the Senate's most vocal gun control backers and in private meeting with Parkland families. His comments rattled NRA officials and some of his own advisors. NRA representative later warned Trump against taking action. This is a quote. They came up here and said to him, the base is going to blow up, according to a former official who sat in during a series of meetings with the NRA. They, like others interviewed for this article, spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private interactions. But Trump
I don't trust anything under anonymity.
Yeah, but so it says here, but Trump kept coming back to the But Trump kept coming back to the idea, according to several former administration officials. In the summer of 2019, after the back-to-back mass shootings in Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso involving AR-15 style pistol and an AKM style rifle, Trump told aides he wanted to ban AR-15, according to people present for the statement. I don't know why anyone needs an AR-15, Trump told allies as he flew on Marine One to the White House in August 2019, according to a person who heard this comment. As one former official put it in describing the real estate developer turned politician, his reflexes were a New York liberal on guns. He doesn't have knee-jerk conservative reflexes.
Yeah, but see, the Dems sunk their own ship when they tried to impeach him, and that's when he finally flipped. He said, fuck him. So...
I still think... Go ahead, Patrick. Sorry.
No, I still don't think he's a gun.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I think if he were to listen to his son instead of the other tarred daughter and her tarred husband, he might have gotten a little bit further with conservatives. But
yeah, I mean, I think this article goes on to what you guys were saying here. I'll read it. But Trump was also petrified of the NRA and others taking him on. Former advisors said, and he heard from a number of advisors that it would be unpopular. Trump ultimately stopped entertaining the idea of working with Democrats on gun control later that year when he was caught in a scandal over his now infamous phone call with Ukraine's president. Fuck it, I'm not going to work with them on anything. They're fucking impeaching me, Trump said in one Oval Office meeting, according to a participant.
Like I said.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. No, there's nothing if you don't walk in goose step with those mofos, there's nothing you can do.
They will do whatever they can to screw you.
Yeah, even if you give them shit that they want. This is why I don't believe in you. Yeah, this is why I don't believe in the, let's be reasonable bullshit.
We are not another inch folk.
Yeah.
At least I am.
Oh, I am. I don't believe in that shit. Not when it comes to this, no. Probably a lot of things I'm like that. Some things I don't give a shit about. But yeah, these people don't care, and they would have still gone after Trump, man. These people don't. We're talking about people who, just went after Bush like crazy. Remember that? And now Bush is their best friend. Now Bush is their best friend. Can you believe that?
DC, the only loyalty is dollars. That's it. It's all the loyalty
Yeah.
is dollar bills.
Yeah. So why are they so loyal with Bush? Why is Bush so cool with these people?
Because Bush
Dollar bills
was against Trump.
Yes.
Yeah. So
The mainstream.
There's also you got to realize there's also the political hierarchy that goes on in DC. The reason Biden was VP for Obama was not because he was a good VP. It's because he was the most corruptible. Yeah, he was the most usable.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com. All right, sorry, Patrick. You were talking about Biden.
Biden was VP because of corruptibility, money, and his connections to old world money and old world politics. That's why he became VP. It had nothing to do with his qualifications or his skills or nothing else. It was 100% political.
Yeah.
So, just some different posts I've seen. The world is saying that the Nashville shooter was a Chandender.
Does that surprise anybody that a mentally ill person would shoot up a school?
Someone that was transgender?
So,
Transgender.
Once again,
I'm sorry, South Park has fucked me up.
Yes.
like I was saying about the nutties thing, the nutty thing. So let's talk about something more important. I got stud mags.
Lots of them.
I'm tired of talking about the Washington Post.
Go for it, Walt. Okay.
I got lots of Sten mags. If you need a Sten mag, I'm your man. I got Sten mags on StenParts.com. Lots and lots of. These are from some of your
old Sten mags for new. Old Sten mags for new.
These are from some of your people, Hank. These were modified by the Indians.
Oh yeah.
India. See that little wire? Those brass wires. They reduced the capacity down to 20 rounds to make them more reliable. So you got these surplus from India? Well, I bought them from an American company, but they came from India, I'm sure. Oh, cool. So originally they're British magazines, because you can tell these are early Brit ones because they soldered up the holes that they put in the back for like a vent hole or to show you how many rounds are in. But the Brits found out dirt got in the back of there and it wasn't such a good idea. Yeah. So, but yeah, I got Sten mags if somebody needs them. Lots of them, actually, by the way. So. Yeah. That's cool. So how many of them do you have? Does that matter? I mean,
a bunch?
Yeah.
Never enough.
I have over 1,000. Wow. I told you I could have
picture of what that looks like.
I mean, this is not a lot of Sten mags, okay?
Did they come nicely packaged, or was
is it in a crate? Yeah, is it in a wooden crate?
They were okay. There's one of the Postal Service boxes that's just yay like this. They packed them in those boxes and put them on a pallet and wrapped them with the plastic wrap. So, yeah. I have 44 boxes, I think. Yeah. Yeah. How come me and Patrick don't have our own Sten guns? I don't think you tell me.
It's a semi-auto pain in the ass.
He's not an SOT, and you're not an SOT.
I am an SOT. I actually am an SOT.
Yeah, you're not.
You want to know the reason why I don't have a Sten gun? Do you want to? First of all, I don't know if I want a semi-auto, but here's why I don't have a Sten gun. I'll tell you why. Because you know what? Why would you buy a yacht if your friend has a yacht?
I got multiple yachts.
Yeah, if your friend has a yacht, don't fucking buy no yacht.
I agree with you. You know,
I'm on board.
I got 1, 2, 3. I got 5 Sten guns, so you know there's plenty to go around.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah, and then how many Sterlings do you have?
I have 1.
Oh, just 1?
But I have 3 Uzis. 3 Uzis.
There you go.
Uzis are good.
Yep. That's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, me and
Patrick.
Patrick.
How many sub guns do you have? Can you count in your head? Machine gun, not pistol or SBR. Gotta have a trigger pack.
Because he's got a couple MP5s, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's gotta have a pack.
It has to have
only one full auto MP5. About 10, I think, probably something like that.
Whew.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 or 11, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Flying Rich. Flying Rich says he had a friend with an Audi R8 and it didn't work that way. Yeah, you damn right.
Nope.
Yeah. Are you guys here? Okay, everyone's still here.
Yeah.
Let me share some pictures. So speaking of Flying Rich, there's John. You know what? Here's the thing I'll tell you guys about John. Look at this picture for a second. We're not standing that far away from each other. Do you guys notice something about this picture other than me being in a reverse Oreo?
He needs some short socks.
No? What, Patrick?
I said he needs some shorter socks. He needs some ankle socks.
Let me see that picture again. Let me see.
Patrick is such a bastard. Okay, there you go.
Don't zoom in. Come on.
Well, okay, socks are socks. I don't.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. No, what I was saying is that, you know what, John is taller in person than on the internet.
I've never met him in person.
Isn't it me? Don't you expect John to be like a little evil mad scientist?
I've never thought about it, but I didn't expect him to be super tall.
Yeah, he's not super tall, but he's average.
He's an average-sized man. It looks like.
Yeah, average height.
And there's little Josiah.
Speaking of not a very tall guy, but
don't
awesome.
Josiah is a wonderful person.
But an awesome dude. Yeah,
I know.
Awesome dude. There's Josiah. Yeah. Oh, let me go back to this. Let's see who else is on this thing of Lola. Oh, check it out. There's Devin of Trenchwork Chronicles. He's been on the show before. Very
right.
cool dude.
That name sounds familiar.
Trenchwork Chronicles, and I think I showed you guys one. There's John.
Rob Mills.
There's Rob Mills right there, who was out there.
We're gonna go next year.
There's
We're definitely
Flying
gonna go
Rich.
next year. I have Marley on board.
Look, there's me. I'm representing for Coachman right there. See that?
It's 2 hours and change away from where we stay in North Carolina. So I was like, I got Marley on board. We'll go up for the Saturday or Friday night, go for Saturday, and then drive over to North Carolina and take like a week vacation.
Yeah, I'm showing you guys some other YouTube celebrities. There's Black Rambo. That's Black Rambo right there.
Dude skips leg day.
Yeah, he's skinny. He's lucky. You know, you're lucky if you get older and you stay skinny. In my opinion, that's my personal thing. Yeah, if you get older and you can stay skinny, you know, you're lucky.
I wasn't skinny when I was younger. So,
yeah. Some of us were.
Well, I mean, not skinny. I was,
Some of us were skinny when we were younger, Walter. Some of us were.
I guess.
And here's one that I didn't. I think I posted this on social media. Boom. You know who that is?
Yeah, no, that dude's.
That's the dude that went out and took care of business.
Yeah, at a church shooting. That's Stephen Williford, right there. And he's the guy who there's GOA and PSA are doing a lower in honor to him, which I think I have somewhere here, and I'll share that with you guys as well. But they're doing a lower with him. Where the heck is that? Here we go. It's on. It's the PSA Sheepdog 15. Which has Stephen Williford on it right there, and you can buy it, and Lola will probably put up a link somewhere that you guys can go to, and
$10 from that goes to GOA, I think.
Yeah, $10 goes to GOA, so it's a collaboration with GOA, PSA, etc. So that's really cool. And then you were talking about being younger. Hold on a second. Somewhere here, I had some pictures I was going to show you guys. Oh, here they go. Do you want to see a picture of me when I was younger?
Sure.
I found my passport the other day. Speaking of skinny.
Yeah, I saw that. You do look a little thuggy over there. You look like you could rob a place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very, very gangster. Very gangster. Here's another one. Yeah, so that's a
Smile.
yeah.
I know, no smile at all.
No, you can't smile in your passport picture. They don't let you.
Yeah, they don't.
You can't smile.
No, they don't do it. Yeah.
They want a mugshot.
I found that the other day because Lola and I put in for our passports. When I became an American citizen, I never got my passport. So Lola and I went to apply, and I thought that I didn't have my Guyanese passport, but Lola apparently had it. So there you go. That proves Lola's been the boss of me for a long time.
Yeah, you had to give her your passport. I mean, that's like when you go to a Muslim. You go to a Muslim country to work, they take your passport when you come in.
Yeah, I didn't even know Lola had that thing. She showed us. I was like, "Oh, is that your old Ghanaian passport or something?" She's like, "Oh no, I don't even have that. I don't have that." So, and I was like, "Wow, it's my passport." So, it was really cool. It's cool to look back and see the places that that I've been.
Places we have been.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I used to be skinny. I used to be real skinny.
Unless you go to one of these smaller countries, they don't stamp a lot of the stuff anymore. It's all electronic and stuff.
Oh, they don't? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had to get my passport because the next time when you're going to England, Walter, you are taking me. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a business trip.
Bloody hell! Yeah. We'll make it.
I will get while we're over there. I'll get 2 taxis. You get the
2.
Yeah, I'll get 2 taxis.
2 taxis?
Yeah, I'll pay for 2 taxis. You pay
you're gonna.
You pay for the airfare. I'll pay for 2 taxis while we're.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay. No, that's no effing way. No effing way. Yeah, because I don't like to fly back with the chickens. I like to fly in business class. So.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Well, I like to fly business class too, Walter. So.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah. When you book my flights, book it business class. Just don't forget that. Yeah.
The last time we went over, some of our friends were going on the same flight. We were all going over there at the same time, and they let the business first class in first, and then the business class in after that. So they had to all walk past us. I said, "To the back with you, to the back, in the back of the plane."
You know what I learned from Monder? He was telling me and Patrick this. If you go to the airport dressed up in a business suit, you have a high probability of getting bumped up. Oh, Patrick was telling me. But Monder,
you have a higher chance of getting put up front because they don't want to put scummy looking people in business class.
But that's because Monder was dressed up, right, when I was taking him to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why what the fuck you look like a Mormon or something. You got this tie on.
I tried to go to use the bathroom up in first class, and they said, nope, back to where you go.
Yep.
Back to where you go. Yeah.
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 You know. I mean,
yeah.
This is yeah. This is racist.
Yeah, well, you can race us in the back. Get back to your back.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. That trick is not going to work. I guarantee you that trick won't work on a plane.
No.
You're not getting upgraded. You're not getting upgraded.
Yeah. It's not like a movie where, hey, Mr. Keller, would you like to sit up front? It's like, fuck you. I ain't putting this up front. No, come on.
Yeah. So did you guys have some guns you want to show off?
Well, I've been doing that.
Walter's got something.
Here, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got a new. Someone said you're supposed to say Draco like Drago or something. Whatever.
Okay, so this is the Draco, which is not pronounced that way if you went to an American school. But anyways, and then I have the AKV. So we're gonna have to do a shoot off between these two fellas because they use the same magazines and they're basically the same concept. Whoops.
Wait, one's an AKV, one's a Draco? Draco?
Yep. Draco. This is the AKV.
Okay, that's AKV.
Armory.
Oh yeah, that's using what magazines is that using? The
ZZ Scorpion type mags.
Scorpion, okay, and then that one's using what magazine?
The PSA is far nicer from what I can tell.
The Draco comes with a Magpul CZ type mag, and I've stuffed all of them in it. It'll work, and of course the PSA gun came with the PSA magazine. But
yeah, the PSA has a shinier wood. What else does it have that's different? Oh, show those two again,
okay.
Walt.
Okay, this wood I put on. This came with the Magpul stuff, and I took it off because I like the wood look better.
Oh, okay. You had that stock.
Yeah. One nice feature of the PSA gun, you have that bolt drop. So when the bolt stays open, you can take your mag out if you want to, or when you put a fresh mag in, you just close it.
So the PSA has the dust cover has a pick rail on it, or
on top, yeah.
So what about what the hell is it? The Draco?
The Draco is where I'll get chastised from people that I said it the wrong way. It also has a Picatinny rail on top, but this is plastic.
Yeah. Let's let our AK authority tell us how it's pronounced. How's it pronounced?
Walter knows far more about Romanians than I do.
Oh.
Well, pronunciation, Americans, if you have
it's Draco.
If that had an E on the end, the A would be
Draco.
You'd say it.
How is it spelled? Okay, hold on. Now I got to go
Draco
look this up.
Would be
Draco.
How do you say? What language is it?
Romanian. How do you say Dracula? Dracula. You don't say.
We might not be saying Dracula properly. It might be Dracula.
I would say
that's probably correct.
Draco for this.
Draco in Romanian.
You know, the Americans, they go, that's a Draco. It's like, okay, well, where's the E on the end to make that A heard?
Okay, I'm trying to see if it's actually going to pull it up and tell us.
So anyways, yeah, this has a plastic Picatinny rail on top. The top cover's hinged like the PSA, but works a little different. You got to lift the side up really and then flip it up.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I have to unplug this. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I'm trying to get this thing to say it.
Draco.
Oh, you heard that? Hold on.
Was it Draco?
Did you guys hear? Wait, hold on. Let me do it again. Hold on. Draco.
See, I'm not fucking stupid, okay?
So every time we say that, we have to go, this is the Draco.
Draco.
It's the Draco.
You gotta think like, okay. I've been around people from that part of the world, you know, and if you watch people talk from that part of the world, they don't say Draco.
They got high A's. It doesn't work like that.
It's Draco, you know, like.
Yeah, I've not really heard Romanian, like someone speaking Romanian a lot. So, you know.
So anyways, so they're very similar features. This has half 28 thread on the end, like the Palmetto State AKV does. Takes all the AK type wood. Both of them do. They're both pretty heavy. They're heavy guns, you know. But I want to shoot them side by side with some of that 9mm that I picked up for the floor sweeping 9mm.
Yeah, they do.
And we'll see how they do just shooting everything, you know. Most of the reviews on this gun have been really good. People have nothing bad to say about it. Yeah. And I watched a couple guys on YouTube, a couple folks of color, and I was like serious. One guy was shooting. He's like, man, this thing's great, man. Blah, blah, blah,
listen,
you know?
Rap music sells a lot of shit, man.
It wasn't these.
Do you know how many
guys weren't? This guy wasn't side shooting or shooting it upside down or nothing like that.
Who was it? Do you remember whose YouTube channel?
I forget the names. They weren't real big channels. They weren't real big.
Oh.
But when you look up the Draco, when you look up the Draco on YouTube, it'll come up in one of the ones from everybody from Robski to on down. So.
Yeah.
A popular.
And Robski had good things to say about it too. So, I trust Robski.
I mean, I imagine as long as you use it within its intended.
Yeah,
you know, realms.
What was it intended for? Is it like a competitor to MP5 or something?
Yeah, it'd be like TDW.
Yes, I mean,
Who used them? Like,
probably Romanian police or military.
I mean,
are they from the 80s?
No,
I don't know.
90s.
90s. Okay.
I would say in overseas they'd have a folding stock on to make it halfway.
Yeah, it'd have a folding stock. It'd be a short machine gun.
Yeah, right. Basically, yeah. So these are made for the American. These are constructed for the American market. I mean, they're not made for anybody else. They're made for us.
Yeah.
So,
I hate the handguards. They look like 2x4s. I've never liked those.
Oh, the blonde wood, the light
blonde wood on the front. Yeah, it's just not for me.
Actually, I mean, and you know what's nice part? You can put anything you want on it because it's just standard AK stuff. So, I could put that Magpul stuff back on. I bought a cheese grater from PSA. I was maybe thinking of sticking a cheese grater on it. But you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's the nice thing about AKs. And you can Well, AR is the same way.
Fancy him up, fancy him down.
Dress it up, whatever you want to do. Yeah. No.
Dan Hates You says, I say every Eastern European word like I'm singing a Rob Zombie song. That's how you pronounce Draka. Did I say it right? Draka.
Raka.
You know what it sounds like? A frog. Like, ribbit.
Raka.
Draka. Like that. You know?
But as soon as I said Dracos, these people, it's like, that's not the way you say it. Don't say it like that. That's not the way you say it. It's like, hey, easy. You know, it's not that important.
It don't matter. It still
don't matter, man. It don't matter.
When the bullets hit you,
my Draco's going to take your Draco right out. Speaking of that, hold on just a second.
Okay.
Let me go into the...
Okay, by the time you come back from there, we'll be taking... Go ahead, go for it, Walt. You're good. I noticed that little Chromie V got connected to the mothership and was never heard from again.
Yeah, hopefully he's good in his sleep right now.
Well, you know, remember that's a very and seriously, that's a very soothing.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what's Walter showing off? Let's see.
I went back into the and got the actual 7.6239 Draco out.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Walter. So, we listened to the guy and he said Draco, like Draco. That. That's what you gotta say. Yeah. When you find out the right thing, you have to do the right thing. If you don't, ignorance. Huh?
I'm not gonna lie. The 9mm looks a little. I'm used to the banana mag. It looks proper with the banana mag.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I mean the Glock mag version of this to me is fugly. I mean this.
Oh, they make a Glock mag version?
Oh yeah, that's what they first came out with.
Oh,
and the mag goes back in an angle.
Oh, I have seen those. Yeah, those are hideous. No, that is the proper mag angle right there.
This looks like a sub gun. You know.
To me, my comment on this, and I know I don't. When we had the PSA guys, we got into this. You know, I'm not a purist like you two when it comes to this stuff, but this stuff needs to get lighter. That's my personal opinion. Lighter? I would like to see some of these. They need to get. It needs to get lighter.
Like it's heavy.
Lighter weight. Yes.
How?
I don't know.
You make it all polymer Draco?
I don't know how, man. We got technology. You know, we need to get like SpaceX working on it or something.
Patrick, you see how much they get for these damn magazines?
Which is that a slab side?
That's a slab side.
A Russian slab side?
Yeah, over $100.
Oh, yeah, I know how much they get for one of those. This is very expensive.
I only got one of these.
I was about to say, well,
they're beautiful mags, but holy cow!
I mean,
premium.
I don't remember what I paid. I bought this at Knob Creek one year, and I know I didn't pay a damn $100 for it. I can tell you that. Right
no,
now.
God no.
Probably in the 50th range, probably 50, something like that.
Because they're cool. Slabs like that are great looking.
Oh yeah, it's classic AK stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
for us AK snobs.
Right, exactly. People who don't believe in the AKs being lighter. That's like some kind of crime. So now,
what brought this about? I don't understand this.
You guys always take it personal if I talk about AKs.
Say what you want. I don't care.
No, I'm just messing with you. So listen, what's your favorite sneaker? I'm curious to know. What's your favorite sneaker brand? What sneaker brand do you like?
I have one.
Am turning into an old man. I only buy New Balance now because
they're... what the hell?
Yeah, they're New Balance. Their CEO isn't a retard. He New Balance CEO is conservative, and outspokenly conservative. So
I didn't know this.
I buy New Balance.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know this.
I have a hard time buying tennis shoes like that or sneakers
Uh-huh.
because I have to have a wide one, and it's hard to find wide shoes.
Okay.
Um,
So here's the thing. So do you guys like Crocs? I know you, Patrick.
that's a crock. No way.
Marley got me hooked on them, and I wore my pair of Crocs to to Jimmy John's today. And I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's why I said I know Patrick's rolling around. So Walter, you believer in the Crocs?
I don't have any. No. I don't.
Oh. So one of the things I always tell people, one of the things that Idiocracy predicted was Crocs. By the way, just so you guys know, Idiocracy predicted Crocs.
Croc healed. Wait, what do you mean they predicted it?
They predicted Crocs. Look, see, this is a scene from the movie.
Is he actually wearing Crocs?
Yes. When is the last time you watched that movie? Everyone in Idiocracy is wearing Crocs because when they
never noticed that.
Yeah, if you go back and look, you'll see there's a lot of people in Idiocracy wearing Crocs because when they were making the movie, one of the things that they were looking for was stuff that would look like it would come from the future, right?
Crocs do, yeah.
Yeah. So
and they kind of look dumb too.
So look, even on the poster for it, here's the poster. Now these two came from the past to the future, but look at what's his name.
That's Crocs. I'm gonna have to show it to Marley. I had no idea that was a thing.
So it's one of the things that Idiocracy predicted. So which is cool. Like I'm into movies. So when movies predict stuff,
show that the picture again of him in the motorcycle.
Yeah, hold on. On the
Marley's
motorcycle.
over my shoulder.
So here's
the motorcycle thing.
Oh, go to the motorcycle one. Hold on. Let's see. Go back up to the motorcycle. Right here's the motorcycle picture.
They all in the
and
future.
And here he is with President Camacho.
Marley's laughing.
Yeah. If you guys look at that movie, you'll see everyone's rocking Crocs. So I asked you guys about sneakers because I grew up in the 80s. I've always been
a sneakerhead.
No, not really. Like I won't buy Jordans and ridiculously expensive stuff, but I've always been into Adidas.
I like Adidas.
Like Run DMC rocked Adidas. So check out this Adidas that Lola bought me for my birthday.
Oh, that's right. You got the Adidas Crocs.
Bought you some slippers.
Yeah.
Adidas Crocs.
You're gonna wear them with socks?
Crocs and socks, man.
I don't wear Crocs with socks. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, actually, to be honest.
Crocs and socks are comfy.
So there you go. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys before I actually crack them out. Remember in the 80s, dudes would buy like clean Adidas like this, and if they got dirty, they would literally throw them away.
I had kids. I remember kids in high school. If you stepped on their toe, they would want to fight you, and it's like, bro, I'll go grab you a Clorox wipe. It's fine.
No, you can't. No, you couldn't. You couldn't wipe it.
Remember, I was mentioning that small-minded people.
Right. Oh, but remember, guys were doing that with white tees. Does anyone remember white tees? Like when all the rappers were wearing white tees. So here's the thing about the white t-shirts.
Why?
Listen, at this time when this was a thing, I was living in New Jersey and I was dealing with some rappers who were from Newark. And here's what they did. Every day they bought brand new white tees. They wore them, and when they got dirty, they threw them out.
How wasteful is that? I do remember one of the...
What are those rappers doing today? I bet they don't throw their white tees away no more.
Yeah.
I do remember one of the more urban places that you could buy suits. They advertised white tees, and I swear they were like wife beaters that would go. I swear to God, they went all the way to your knees.
Yes, that's what everyone was wearing.
All the way to your knees.
Yeah. If you look up the memes, if you look up white tees, you'll see. If you look up white tees, let me see. What is it? Rappers in white tees or something like that. You'll see it goes all the way down to the knees. Yes, indeed.
All the way down to the knees. Yeah, I remember that.
Let me see.
That was like a mid 2000s thing, I think.
Yeah. Now, if you look it up now, oh, here you go. So like, here's one right here. See?
Yeah. Why?
It's like a dress, basically. Wow. Oh, that's not even a rapper. That's what's his name? That's a reggae artist.
And that's not really a t-shirt either.
That's genuine. That's genuine.
Like
actually.
An undershirt.
Yeah.
White
Yeah.
undershirt.
No,
It's
dudes
like
are
a
what
night
wearing.
shirt. A
Yeah.
nightshirt.
Do you know how expensive those things were? I just got to tell you guys. That was a sign of
You
money in
go-
the hood.
You go to Walmart and get a pack of 10 Hanes for $6.99.
It was a sign. It's like I don't understand people. Like a lot of athletes that I grew up with, like in high school, they would wear a pair of socks and throw their socks out. Do you guys know? I guess that's
Look
like
at that.
I guess that's for athlete's foot or something. You don't wear the socks more
Lights
than
and
once.
lasers, night vision ready.
Okay, there you go. Babyface wants to be in the thumbnail. So
I guess these folks didn't have a washing machine. That's what.
Could you imagine? Oh, you want to talk about Marley? Come here.
oh boy.
I'm gonna embarrass
A
her in
washing
front of
machine.
the entire internet.
Don't tell the
It's a
internet that
big
Marley didn't grow up with a washing machine. You're not gonna get none
She might not
later.
hear me. Mar. Oh,
Washboard.
she's coming. She's coming.
This-
she said 1 second.
this
This
is-
is the last
and-
thing before we go. I know we're
And
running
this
late.
is how Babyface didn't get any anymore.
No more poo for you.
You ever? That's personal. I was gonna say something. That's personal.
Oh.
You ever heard the
Not
phrase
poop.
"dirty 30s"? That's all I'm gonna say. Come here. No, come here, baby.
She's like, oh, I'm not coming in there.
Oh no.
No.
She's coming. I hear footsteps. Unless that's
Yeah.
the dog.
She's like, I don't even want to hear this.
It might be the dog. Okay, come here. Come here. You gotta tell
Oh,
them a
boy.
story. In college, what did you do with your dirty laundry? When you ran out of clean laundry, what did you do? Did you hear that?
No.
What?
Her dad told me that there was a couple months in college where he was like, the credit card bill is getting ridiculous. What are you spending on? Well, Marley didn't. She was a freshman and didn't know or want to go do laundry, so she would run out of dirty clothes, go to the bookstore and buy new clothes, just like a new shirt, new pair of pants.
From the bookstore?
Like every couple days, she said she was at the bookstore buying a new Gator shirt and pants or something. And her dad was like, "No, you ain't doing that anymore. You've racked up like 300
Oh,
bucks
she would
on
just
the
buy
credit card."
new, like, yeah.
Yeah,
for-
so she would take the dirty clothes, put them in a pile, and just buy a new shirt. She was like, he said, "No more. That's done with that."
oh, boy. I think you're definitely not getting any after this.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right, so tell the folks out there where they can find you, how they can support you. Go for it.
Babyfacepea.com will take you over to Utreon. That's where the best stuff is. And there's stuff going to be coming out. We're busy. We're a little busy right now. For anybody that's not aware, I got a 3-month-old. We're a little busy. YouTube.com/babyfaceP. We'll have content there as well. Instagram is baby_faceP. I post my memes and shenanigans there. So if you want to go see that sort of stuff, go for it.
Okay, cool. Walter, you're up.
Oh, Safety Armor Firearms is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Utreon. Check us out there. There's Dirtfoot Racing, which is on all the following YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Utreon. And then there's StenParts.com, where you can go buy yourself some Sten mags.
There you go.
If you need them.
And make
But
sure you
anyway,
get your
yeah.
Hank Strange discount.
Oh,
Total silence.
I'll get in trouble.
I can't believe that Marley's dorm had to have instructions for how to wash your clothes. But
You would think so. You would
yeah.
think so. But
yeah, this is how it goes sometimes. Anyway, like I said, do not forget that on Wednesday we're going to do a show. We're going to go live from YouTube, and it's going to be fun. You guys can join us over there, and then I guess I'll put it up over here later and all that kind of stuff. Big thanks to Walter from Safety Harbor Firearms and Babyface P for joining us today. A fun show out there. You guys need to go check out that article. I'm sure you'll be hearing more about that whole thing in the coming days and months, etc., etc. That being said, who's doing words of wisdom? Who's doing the words of wisdom?
I'll give it to Walt. I think I did it last time.
Yeah, go for it, Walt. Go for it.
Wealth. How do you measure your wealth? You got a good family. You got lots of stuff. You got money in the bank. You count your you count your shekels every day, like an old guy. What's wealth? What's wealth to you? I mean, I think having stuff to me is wealth. I got those folks over there. That's my wealth. What do you got?
Yeah, I count my wealth as my family and my friends, like you guys. So
Yeah,
there
I
you
got
go.
that too. Yeah, I mean, I got some friends that when we first moved to Florida, one of my friends I've known since 1960, since second grade. That's how long, and that's a long motherfucking time.
Okay, that's 1896.
Yeah, way back, we used the wagon to go to school. Yeah,
Yeah,
back when the man first walked on the moon. Back then.
right. Absolutely, yes. What is your wealth? And by the way, wisdom is more important than wealth. I would say that. I would rather have wisdom and health and then wealth.
Well, you're adding things to that equation
Yes,
at the end.
I know.
There.
I'm adding on to your thing now. I'm adding
Yeah.
on. That's right. All right, listen, we are out of here. We'll see the folks out there. Big thanks to everyone for joining us. We appreciate you guys. I'm going to hit the button right now.